Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Merlin cast. Trying to make this kind of a somewhat special. Spoilers.
100th episode special.
Spoilers. Yes.
Everyone is here.
So many people are here joining me tonight. As Tiefling announced that everyone announced.
I'm everyone.
Fucking Nick.
Thanks, everyone.
But
I'm
yes,
dead.
because I wanted I wanted to get some some video up, but this is technical difficulties because it didn't want to stream for me. I was gonna do it live, man. I was gonna do it live, but that's okay. That's what I wanted. But no, this is fine. Kicking it just in a relaxed atmosphere, which is probably for the best. I'm going to briefly introduce everyone here. And I'm going to go... Is this clockwise? I think this is clockwise. From my perspective, this is clockwise. Hey.
From everyone's perspective.
This is from everyone listening's perspective. This is nothing but dead.
I guess
someone
you're,
can go.
you're okay. All right.
Gimli.
Son of? Gimli. Been on the channel before. Everyone's been here before. Next to him.
Fuck off. Go.
Tiefling's fucking off.
Base Xevrix. Here for you.
It's just Nick.
Just Nick.
Yeah, it's just Nick.
The River Goblin.
Behind
The
me.
River Goblin.
Oh yeah,
That was some good content.
check out Susquehanna River Goblins. That's right. Representing them.
Quality content.
Quality.
I'm obligated to.
Quality content for some magic streaming, definitely.
He's an influencer.
And behind the YouTube. Hey, that's an audience.
Yeah, that is an audience.
And
Just think of a room full of 15 people care about what you say.
yes, that's 15 people. That's still something.
That's 15 of us that give a shit.
That's good.
That's enough to fill some. You're not like in a huge stadium, but like you got a bar paying attention to you.
Yeah, that's good. And behind me, slightly muffled is
Dickey.
Is
Hello.
Dickey.
Me.
Hello.
Oh man, when are you gonna play Dickey again?
I really want to. It's just a matter of like figuring out what game to bring it back in.
Ah yes, Dickey. The D&D origins.
She was
begin.
glorious, and then she died real hard.
All right. Well, I kept thinking for a little while of like, all right, well, what's some random thing that I could do? But honestly, this idea comes from Wheeler. If you end up listening to this, Wheeler wanted to actually do a special podcast where we talked about our favorite movies. But he's actually in California right now, so he couldn't join us tonight. But he'll get back and be in another one, I'm sure. So
Pretty sure if we Skyped you, you would have joined. But...
maybe. So it's my fault. Also, so different.
Behind us, he might be at work.
It's like 7 o'clock.
Well,
bro.
Wheeler,
I was at an ice cream party.
if-
Like,
Oh yeah, you're right. He changed jobs.
Wheeler, this is your idea. So we're going to talk about our favorite movies, and I guess I want to go last because who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind in the conversation, but we'll keep this easy. Give. I know you're ready. All right.
Fuck man, I'll go first.
All right, fine. We'll go by volunteer.
it all started back in the summer of
Shut the fuck up.
95.
So my favorite movie, despite recent controversies, is
Batman.
Baby Driver.
The new one?
Yes, Baby Driver. I love that movie.
I haven't seen that movie.
It is.
I'm probably never going to see that movie. I'm sorry. Will.
It's fun.
It is good.
American Ultra.
I'm
hey.
sorry. American Ultra is a good movie, but I really love Baby Driver. Edgar Wright is just a fucking genius.
I like the song. Does that count?
Sure.
Shut up.
All right. Okay. I remember you actually recommended that to me, and I took a while to see it. But Baby Driver is good. Why is that your favorite movie? Despite it's a Kevin Spacey, I'm guessing, is the controversy. Is there more to it than that?
No, it's
There's more.
It's,
I must have missed that.
No,
what is his name? Ansel Elgort. Like the kid who actually plays Baby Driver.
Okay. What about him?
Yeah.
Maybe.
He does such a fantastic job with that character, and the way he portrays him, how he reacts to these situations, how he is music embodied in everything that he does. from his driving to his walking to his tapping, and when he has no music, it is the fucking worst.
Mm.
The way that you brought this up, I thought that kid did something.
Yeah, like
I
what
know,
controversy?
I thought he,
like,
like, killed
Spacey
somebody.
was the one that did shit.
Yeah.
well, which is unfortunate, but
It is.
Kevin Spacey did a good job in the movie too.
Yeah, he did. He absolutely did. I can't deny that. Like,
Good cast.
his role in that movie was really good,
Mm-hmm.
but he was kind of
The worst.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Let's not get into
No
that.
downers.
no, try not to.
On the
No
100th podcast episode.
Keep doing that.
For the 100th episode, you gotta add special effects.
Yeah, we don't have a soundboard, dude.
What?
Come on,
You're
man.
telling them we don't have a soundboard?
That was definitely
Bro, we
we're
got a
like pressing
Christmas
a button.
gift.
That was
Every chip in will get you a soundboard.
100th podcast. Stop pressing the button. 100th podcast. It's getting really 100th podcast.
Even after the 500th, the 100th podcast. Wait,
You only got the one recording.
the only effect I can afford on my little board is just one button. There's your soundboard.
That'll be $20 after the show.
I will pass up my turn. And I'll ask John, what's your favorite movie?
Oh, jeez.
Oh wow, unpredictable.
I've had a lot of films, a lot of movies that I've really enjoyed over the years, and I think a lot of them kind of fall within the same sort of time period for myself. It's like when I was really little, I absolutely adored The Land Before Time.
That's a good one.
Which one? First, second, third?
Why did they make
The
Leave
entire series.
All of them.
It's gotta be the first one. First one's the best.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I recently rewatched the first one because it was on Netflix, I think, last year, and
Yeah.
I can't. That movie's
So
hard.
it's-
That movie's hard to watch.
I know.
it's really good. I really love it.
Like,
Yeah,
what
you know, my
happened-
son loves that movie. You know,
What happened with Ducky's?
Yeah,
Voice actor.
yeah, that's a.
Oh, yeah.
that's
The
definitely-
tragedies on the 100th podcast.
Oh, well.
Death and dismemberment.
But I also really, really love The Iron Giant.
Oh.
Iron Giant's really
I
good.
can't watch that movie.
Um,
Can't watch it
Ugh.
no,
Why?
because they showed it way too many times on Cartoon Network.
I
You
do
need to
remember
feel
that.
like
I remember
Yeah.
that.
be okay with that.
One
I think
instance
too many
where it was like a 24-hour
It was
marathon.
like a it was a
The Iron
July
I remember
4th
that.
weekend or whatever. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't have school.
Yeah.
I'm here on the summer, just stuck in the house. There's only 2 network shows that play cartoons, and one of them is The Iron Giant for 3 days straight,
Yeah.
and the other one is
Spon-
fucking like either SpongeBob or Dora the Explorer,
Oh.
and it's just like
Oh my god.
fuck.
Yeah, man.
That-
I think I was watching Cartoon Network during that time, so I just wasn't subjected to it.
No, I remember the exact marathon you're talking about, and I think that was like my first time watching the Iron
Oh,
Giant.
okay.
How ironic.
I saw it when it
So-
came out.
Okay, I see.
I saw it when it came out. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like the movie. I really do like the movie. It's just I can't sit down and watch the whole thing anymore.
All right,
Yeah,
Nick,
that's
the same.
is that how you feel too? Gimli? I remember you said you used to say you hated it, but I don't think it's because it's a bad movie.
You hated
It was
the
a
Iron
good
Giant?
movie, but I got stuck watching it too much because of my little brother. He watched
His
it
little-
literally every day.
His little brother was about the Iron Giant.
Yeah,
I see.
That's fair.
But it's such a good movie, though. It's understandable.
It's
Once
really
a kid
nice.
is like that's their movie, you kind of either you're that kid who's really into the movie, or you're everyone else around him. You're like, we kind of hate that movie, low-key now.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter what the movie is; it's just kind of you don't play that here.
We don't play that here.
We don't play those.
We don't play those movies here.
But no,
We don't
it is
play
a
your
good plot
Star
and everything.
Wars
Yeah,
here.
it's really nice. I think it's a really good timepiece. Like it's a really good time drama.
Yeah.
Capture the 50s pretty well.
Yeah, I mean the Red Scare, full swing, and now I'm a communist. That's just what the Iron Giant does.
That's the result of the Iron Giant is Dickey's a communist.
Yeah, that's just how it goes.
Well, weird. Just a brief sidebar about that. I know Gimli, you really like this movie too, but the only other movie I felt really represents the 50s as well as the Iron Giant. Has anyone else ever seen October Sky?
Yeah.
Yep.
I have
that-
not seen October Sky.
Well,
Yep.
wouldn't you be? That's like a very
Yeah,
50s
that's very
movie.
yeah.
That movie is in the 50s.
Yeah, and also
Good.
about sci-fi and Sputnik too, same year I think. So
Space.
I always wondered, do they take place in the same universe? Maybe.
I mean,
But we'll make sure that the recording is still going.
Oh, it is. I just like to keep the screen on so that I know it's still going. Oh,
Why
has a
change
record.
your sleep settings?
Oh yeah, no, it's
Because
still
because I'm that professional, Nick.
going. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
It reminds me to know what time we're at too, because otherwise I'll just never look back.
Yeah.
To be fair.
we'll be here for 4 hours. You'll have been gone for a while. Yeah, do we have 25 minutes done yet for the 100th podcast?
100th podcast is 100 minutes
Well, like-
minimum. No, we'll see.
But
Anyway, yes. Anyway.
yeah, I was talking to Merlin about this a little bit before the
Who?
podcast got started. And, I remember back in middle school, one of my favorite movies was this 2008 horror movie called Catacombs.
Oh no.
It was made by LucasArts and
Yeah.
Twisted Films.
Yeah, I know this one.
Same people that made Saw. And I remember watching it a few times when I was little. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure the only reason that it was like one of my favorite movies is because it had nudity in it.
The honesty, people.
Yeah,
the
I
honesty.
mean,
It's coming out.
It was a 2008 rated R movie about raves in Paris. Like, of course there are gonna be. The trailer that I showed Merlin had a nip slip in it.
Yeah, which surprised me. I'm like, how did they
Which
get
is
away with that?
really funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Never seen it, by
maybe-
the way.
It was only there for maybe like 2 or 3 frames in the trailer, but
But
You probably
Hill,
forgot.
you paused
You
it and
forgot
get a
it.
good
You
look
knew
that
every
nip was
time the
there.
trailer came
I
on.
counted.
See, this is true passion for film right here. The real reasons come
It's
out.
the early years of the internet. Internet porn is hard to find. A young
Yeah.
boy must do what he wants.
A young boy must do any much catacombs it is for that single
But,
nipple.
Yeah, those days, man.
But I think now that I've allowed my tastes to mature a little bit.
Ah, yes, to a bigger nipple shot.
Yeah.
Longer frames, better lighting.
It,
Bigger club.
I
Smaller nipples.
Smaller nipple. Ah, but the smaller nipple. So many dynamics. Sorry. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
The most mature podcast.
We're all adults here.
I really enjoy Bad Places, a 2017 production.
2018.
Oh, 2018. My bad. Excuse me.
Not that I know.
Of Merlin the Mighty Productions.
You're not getting paid.
I know.
There is no money
I've
dangling.
heard of this Merlin the Mighty Productions, but I have to say his earlier work is better. I really enjoyed Sacrifice.
I'm
What?
not gonna.
What?
I'm
Whoa.
not gonna. I'm not gonna host that level of slander.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There's
Whoa.
no amount of
Whoa.
money
No,
Joe can
actually-
pay me to
actually-
endorse this movie.
Wait. No, but
That movie was a garbage.
brief sidebar. Just I don't want to get derailed, but Base, I did want to ask you while we were talking because you actually randomly asked me for a link for Sacrifice because you're looking for it. It is still up, people. This film, it's an obscure film, but
Don't watch every channel.
but you bring up Sacrifice more in conversation randomly, and you don't talk about Bad Places. So do you honestly like it a little better?
I do like Sacrifices more.
Interesting.
Because
Sacrifice.
it's just
I'm
clearly
sorry.
a meme. It's not. There's clearly nothing about it that's serious.
Both of these movies are me.
It's like
Yes,
bad-
they are both memes.
Oh
Whereas-
shit!
See, like Sacrifice is like a high school movie production, whereas Bad Places is like a college level movie production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you've ever seen like college students reenact like their favorite movies, man, it's
man.
really fucking bad. It's not good. Whereas like high school students, it's like it's actually kind of funny because they're clearly bad and they don't understand that.
yeah.
Wow. Well, maybe we'll talk about it more later. That's
That
interesting.
deal when the high schooler is the best actor in the whole movie.
Which was not
We didn't have any high schoolers at the time.
Okay.
Both productions, college students.
Well, I was pretty sure I wanted that to at least be, that 18 minimum, because
We're all adults.
Yeah.
we all chose that film of our own free will.
Yeah, we did.
Sure.
Unfortunately.
Where were we? Okay.
Producer only.
We didn't send a script until we'd already agreed.
Yeah.
It's true. Oh crap.
I think
So,
they
I'll
were
have to
just
eat the rest of that strawberry
wrapping
jam,
up their
that's not
thoughts
gonna
about
pay.
their favorite movie
True.
being Bad
Yes.
Places.
So, I think it really captures an essence.
An essence
An essence, yes.
of what?
Evanescence.
Of evidence.
Yeah.
Oh, the core.
If you've ever been to a town in Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania, called Enola, it captures that same essence.
You're not.
Your shots of Enola. Oh wow.
Why did you
Something-
shoot somebody in a nose like that?
Dang.
You just
Something-
took aim and fired.
Something maybe a little bit more inclusive for the rest of the U.S. is any Waffle House.
Oof.
At
Like-
any point.
You're
Waffle
telling me
House
you're
shit.
saying Bad Places captures the essence of a Waffle House?
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
Yeah.
A Waffle House, a Denny's.
Maybe a waffle.
No, not a
House.
Denny's.
No.
A Waffle
Not a
House.
Denny's. No, a Waffle House in the north, not a Waffle House in the south. because
Yeah.
those
I
are two
think
different
I think
places.
Sacrifices absolutely captures like the Walmart.
The
back
vibe
alley
to
of the
it.
Walmart.
But
Or
like
maybe
2
a
in the
wall-
morning Walmart.
Oh.
2 in the morning Walmart, which I don't think is a thing anymore.
Like
around
a closed
here.
down
I think
Sonic
they closed-
drive-through.
Oof. No, not that bad.
Okay, what about a Walmart McDonald's?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
yeah,
At 2 a.m., that'd be pretty lit.
yeah. I can see that.
Well,
No one could live.
it's
That'd be pretty lit.
I guess the message to take away from talking about these obscure little films is
Don't
That-
watch
Watch
them.
them.
that
Yeah.
Don't.
Please
do
do
not.
watch
Don't
it.
watch
wa-
them.
wa- watch at your own risk, but I guess the idea is that there is a time and a place for everything. Like you don't want to go to the Walmart McDonald's, but maybe you have and you kind of enjoyed it guiltily at some point.
Just
Maybe.
make sure you
Spare.
add drinks.
Yeah, if you got a
with
gotta
with
spare.
alcohol, if drink was
We
spot.
got a spare 2.5
We'll-
hours.
We'll
no,
find
it's
a
only
drink.
an hour and a half.
Is it only an hour
It's
and a half?
only an hour and a half. Bad Places is 35 minutes.
Oh
and,
yeah, it was.
Sacrifice
Is
is
50.
54.
No,
I think?
50 on the dot.
Oh, 50 on the dot.
On the dot.
Wow.
But watch
really
it if you're
know
waiting
that.
for an airplane at the airport.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't watch it in a public space.
Yeah,
Make sure
with
they
the
know that-
earbuds.
Please do watch it in a public space. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family.
Oh,
a
man.
random stranger on the
Earbuds
plane.
in, alone in your room at 2 a.m. on some sort of hallucinatory drugs.
Oh shoot.
It's the only way that these movies can or should.
Well, you know what? We got a little derailed, but to be fair, with the 100th
Oh.
podcast talking about the previous things you guys have been involved in is fine. But
We should get someone else's
Dickey,
answer.
Yeah,
Dickey,
we'll-
so we know that his okay. By the way, this is how you can fudge the rules too. To be fair, we've already gone off the rails a little. See, Dickey gave 3 answers. His 3 favorite films are Land Before Time, Iron Giant, and Bad Places. 3 very interesting, unique films. So thank you for putting that out officially
Bad
on.
places would be in a list anywhere
Near-
under any circumstance. Not even like using the same language. That's the movie, The Iron Giant.
Like he has very distinct genre taste and production and everything.
I
So
really like character-driven films.
they are all have characters in them, I guess. Yeah, so, yeah.
The thing that connects them is that the characters might have a name.
They might have names. They might speak. Who will-
Maybe
who-
it might be important to the plot.
Let's hand it off to Nick. I want to see where he's
Fuck.
taking
All right.
this.
Absolute favorite movie:
Besides Bad Places.
The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh yes,
That's a pretty good.
That's
movie,
up there
I
for
think.
me.
Yeah, definitely. Just everything about that movie. Just the story, the acting, the cinematography, the way the story develops, like everything. Everything is great.
You know, man, the thing about the Shawshank Redemption is, I always want to say that's my favorite movie, but I don't because I feel like it's so like everyone knows. No, not even pretentious, because I don't think Shawshank Redemption is a pretentious movie. I think it's a genuinely honest to good movie. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's a great film, but I just don't want to say it because I feel like everybody would say that.
Everybody has been
It's a
saying that,
common
and
thing.
it's absolutely true.
But
Yeah,
it's a common-
very good. It's a
but
movie
Like,
I'm always
I
down to
watched
watch.
it recently. It's still
Yeah. And
that good.
and that's the
I've
thing.
probably seen it like 50 or 60 times.
And
It's just a movie I'm always down to watch whenever it's on TV.
It holds up. I mean, it's always up there for me. You know, it's a really good choice, Nick. I can't like that doesn't surprise me in the least.
I'm trying to think of other really good movies that I enjoy. Fuck. I actually really liked The New Lion King.
Oh, I didn't.
That's
see that.
easily top 5 for me now. So
Really?
there.
Even more than the animated one?
Yeah, I liked it more than the animated one.
Really,
Wow.
Yeah.
that's
What was that?
I don't know, man. The story was just so much better. The story, it's like the same thing, the same story, but it felt, I don't know, it felt more real. It felt more impactful. Whereas the animation felt more fun. You know what I mean? So,
All right.
I'm trying to think, like my list. Like, Green Mile's probably up there too somewhere.
Another Stephen King prison adaptation. Yep.
The New Hope is probably up there somewhere.
The New Hope, as in
Star Wars.
War Star.
Star Wars, yeah.
That could be its own animal. So that's your favorite Star Wars movie, then?
Yeah, definitely.
I'd like to hear more. No, you've got some time. I'd like to hear a little more about that because you know what? I don't think I hear that often.
What, A New Hope?
Yeah.
Your favorite Star Wars?
I mean, like, I feel like that all... I mean, they're pretty evenly distributed, I guess, but I feel like I hear Empire a lot more than New Hope.
They're both pretty good. I just like the story of, like, just a farm boy becoming a hero sort of thing. I think it's just
The classic Joseph Campbell hero's journey.
Yeah.
Couple droids hanging out in the desert,
That's
talking.
how it starts.
I don't know if I'd say I like the content of A New Hope better, but I have better memories associated with the movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was like one of the first movies that I can remember me and my dad sitting down and watching.
Yeah. It's just
Like,
enjoyable.
I have a much
it's
bigger
really-
emotional connection to A New Hope than I have with the others of the original trilogy. But I was a dumb kid who saw the number 4 after it and wanted to watch the first ones first. Oof.
So
alright.
My viewing order was all sorts of messed up.
was it chronologically correct at least?
I watched 4, 1 through 3 because I didn't see 3. I couldn't watch 5 yet, so I saw 3 in theaters. Back then, I still didn't know the episode 5 twist. So Anakin was the best because he was the me. He was the boy doing the cool stuff. And then Darth Vader happened, and I cried in the theater, and then at home, and then for the next 2 days.
Yeah, well.
And then I watched episode 5, understood what was going on, was really upset. Watched episode 6, everything was okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a really
So how would you say that entire viewing experience is?
surreal.
Surreal.
Everyone goes into the prequels already knowing what's going on. Don't let your kids get attached to Anakin.
No.
He murders children in that 3rd movie. When you see
No.
a hero kill children,
No, not children. Younglings.
Children.
anywhere from the ages of 3 to 9.
Yes,
Great.
but if you're 10, you're safe.
No.
No, they weren't in that room. They were dying, fucking fighting in the hallway.
Well, we didn't see anything. Cut away. There's no footage. Of that.
There might be one kid that got away. The one that saved Senator Organa.
Yeah,
Who
I think he
knows?
might have got away.
he did say he's killing younglings, but we didn't. They could have gotten away. Yeah.
No, they showed that Obi-Wan views him on the fucking tape killing those children.
No. All it is a lightsaber turning on.
They
There's
because
no
they cut away from it because it's still a movie for
He
children.
doesn't want to accept it is. It's PG-13.
Ugh.
He could have slaughtered some younglings.
No, they could not have killed the child.
They could have all
What?
speared.
It literally no. Literally, it takes an R rating to kill children in your movie in America.
If that's true.
Yeah, if they even allow that anymore.
Lucas
No,
secretly
they could
wanted
not have shown that.
Oh, boy.
All right, Nick. Any more before you go?
Oh, man. So, I never watched the Star Wars movies in order.
Mm-hmm.
Never have I ever sat down and watched them in order.
We should do that after
Any
9
order?
comes out.
No, it's always just what movie am I feeling like watching today?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's how my experience as a child, because we had all the 3 on VHS, and then we had the ones on DVD, and it was just whatever movie I feel like watching.
You just put it in and watch it.
Whichever
Yeah.
one you
Yeah,
happen to grab.
I feel like
Yeah,
I'm the
kinda.
only person in
It's
this
like,
room
put on
that's
the Star
looking
Wars
forward to
movie.
episode 9.
I'm looking forward to episode 9.
You know
I
what?
kinda
You know what?
I'll watch
We'll,
it.
we'll hold that for maybe
No.
towards the end. I think that'll be good. That's a good one. It's a good
Yeah.
topic. Hold on to
Yeah.
that one.
Okay.
I'll watch it.
I'm not super invested in
Star Wars is definitely one of my favorite series.
I
can
know it
call
is.
it out. Yeah,
It's never really been that big of a...
Space Wizards, man, it's my shit.
But that's right, Dickey. You're actually in this room. You're not really a big Star Wars guy.
No. I mean, I'm a fan of it. I just...
You're not like
No, that huge
Yeah, I'm
emotional
not
attachment.
super into it. I've never watched any of the original trilogy. I've hardly watched any of the prequels.
Well, you know what?
And I've really only watched the 2 that have come out in the last few years.
But I value that perspective because it's always good to have somebody who's not so emotionally invested look at these movies because there's a lot of emotions that tossed around in Star Wars in particular, as we all know.
John, would you be opposed to watching all of the movies in order?
No. I totally love to sit down for a day.
I mean,
and
I
spend
feel like we should
16
do
You
hours.
guys
that
want
day,
to
like
do
a
that
real
after
day.
9?
Yeah, literally, we have to.
After 9 comes out,
Yeah.
we should go 1 through.
If you guys want to make that happen, that's fine.
Listen,
But
I honestly don't want to watch episode 3, so...
Yeah, that's okay.
you don't
I
want to
mean,
watch
episode
Revenge of
3
the
is
Skiff?
better than episode 2.
He's right. He is right. You disagree, Nick? You like Attack
I
at
find
least like the
episode 2...
lights-
I find episode 2 more enjoyable than I find episode 3, but I agree that episode 3 is a better movie as a whole.
I can agree with that.
All right.
I like the the stupid flippy lightsaber choreography. I'm a
Yeah,
giant
and like
sucker for
all like
Oh, I love that.
I love like them just standing in a field and clearly just fighting ghosts, and they're all just fighting CGI. Like,
Yeah.
dude, that's so funny every time.
But they're going hard at it.
Yeah,
I mean, if I
Roger.
had my way of what I would like them to do for Star Wars, is continue the Clone Wars thing that they have going on, and just remake the content of the movies using that medium, because they have some really good writers attached to that show, and I feel like they could do a better rendition of the story.
yeah, dude.
You know, when they got for episode 3.
Yeah, they really could.
They've set up the Anakin character to just be so much better.
I feel like they need
His
to like.
change is more
I
believable.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think they could do. I don't think you could do like the fall of Anakin in a movie like they did. I think that was a mistake. I think it would have to be, but you know, doing a 10-part series would be completely inconceivable.
That's what they're literally doing with the Star Wars Clone Wars TV show. Is suddenly from the first episode of Anakin being like the stalwart hero to where they're at now, where like he's done some shit.
Yeah,
like
Some shit. They're still going with that, aren't they?
yeah, they're coming out with a new season where
Yeah.
they're going into it is stated to be the moments right before the run to save the Chancellor, and it's like if you're gonna go that far,
Might as well.
Just remake it.
just do it.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it,
and
you
I-
assholes.
And I have to
Do
say,
that was last season, yeah.
I really do agree with what Tiefling's saying here, because I actually have caught up with a lot of that stuff, and I think that was probably one of the best things
Can you
about
think
Clone
them
Wars is that.
Doing up to there, then you watch Rebels, and then hey, Rebels did good too. What if they redo A New Hope with that new styling and new writers? And
I think
That-
I think A New Hope has too much of like it's too much of like
That's a watermark.
core
Yeah.
to
no,
the
but
Star Wars
I'm not.
universe.
I'm not saying it's not replacing it. I'm not nowhere near
Well,
saying replacing it.
You
But like,
so you'd be okay with a remake of the classic stories, but maybe a little more fleshed out, like a Clone Wars
Well, like
type
the
style.
animated style, right?
more like an animated over a longer period of
I
time.
mean, I could see that, yeah.
No longer as movies, but like fully like realized episodic.
like Game of Thrones style.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know how?
that's what it needs to be.
I'll tell
There's
you-
too much story.
I'll tell you what. One thing I think would be more likely to happen that I would be down for is if they maybe took like the expanded universe type stuff and fleshed out the things in between the movies as a show,
Yeah,
so we
man.
could see Han Solo.
I
or
want
whoever.
more Han Solo movies.
Yeah, like-
Give me more Solo. Give me Solo.
Oh
too.
yeah, that's right. Gimli, you liked Solo. A lot of people didn't.
It
I
was.
didn't see Solo.
I was surprised with how much I did enjoy it.
I didn't think it was that bad.
People set that movie up to fail.
Yeah. I think a lot of fans
Yeah.
went in expecting it to be bad and wanted
They
it to
didn't
be
see it.
bad, and
They
then
didn't
said
see
it
it.
was bad.
And then the people who
it's
heard
like-
it was bad didn't go and see it.
Yeah,
But
I think that movie was very good and very worth seeing.
If you
It was
did
fun.
take me like 4 months to actually go in a theater
Yeah.
and watch it.
No,
I actually ended up watching it when it came to Netflix.
Yeah,
Like-
Yeah.
same.
I see it on Netflix all the time, and I still just like.
Man, I've
I'll
watched
get
it
to
2 or
it
3
later.
times. It's still fun.
It's definitely a lot more enjoyable than Rogue One.
Oh yeah.
In my
Oh.
opinion.
There's so I run into so many people
Who
every day who just adore Rogue One, and I
Rogue One
hate
is
it.
their favorite Star Wars.
I think Rogue One is actually still a good movie.
Yeah, I do.
I
also-
do.
I
Sure.
personally,
I
Alright.
personally disagree.
all right,
I'm
But
sorry.
that might have been this. That
I
might have
keep
been the
talking over you.
circumstance.
I wanna-
I
all right.
wanna hear your
Everybody.
Let's finish going around.
Yeah, we'll
like-
do it.
like
Well, I
I-
gotta go
Like
to work anyways.
I'm liking
Yeah.
I'm liking the Star Wars stuff, and I want to get back to it. So Nick, tell me. All right, since you got to go, any more favorite movies and your thoughts on Star Wars in the future in general right now, and we'll continue
Okay,
on
I just want. They could do an episodic like TV story. The Star Wars would be great. They could do more fill in the blanks just with the side characters and whatever stories they want to come up with those as movies. That'd be fun
Mhm.
after the 9th movie comes out. And you know, I think everything's good. I think the prequels are the 3 worst Star Wars movies,
Oh,
and then Rogue One is the 4th, maybe 5th worst Star Wars movie. It's pretty close. And then you know.
well then, if
And then the best 3 have got to be A New Hope, got to be Empire Strikes Back, and Solo are the best 3.
okay, so that means in between there somewhere is
There's everything
is
else.
Jedi and
Jedi.
and then the new stuff.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. Well, Nick, we won't really have much time to talk about it, but my feelings are completely different than yours on all of this. But that's the great thing about.
Strangest. Like,
No, but I still think Rogue One is a good movie comparatively to like a general open movie. Like
Look,
I don't know.
everything else that
I
you
may
do.
give it
I
another
feel like
try.
Rogue One made a better regular movie than it did a Star Wars.
Exactly.
Yes, like that's the thing. I don't think there is a technically bad Star Wars movie, but I personally hate Rogue One for a lot of reasons. But
That original viewing was terrible.
well,
Ah, man, I still don't know any of the characters' names besides Donnie Yen, and I still call him Donnie Yen.
that great Star Wars character Donnie Yen.
Exactly.
What's Donnie Yen's character's name, Nick?
I don't know. I've only seen that movie once.
I don't think it's
Jumanji.
Jumanji? His name was Jumanji.
His name was
Yes,
Robin
absolutely.
Williams. He was the Rock.
Oh no! Don't deface them like that.
Johnny Jumanji. This could be a Star Wars character name.
I believe it. Yeah. Give him tentacles on a face. He's in.
Ah, Donnie Jumanji. No, Jabba no Bada. Your money no good
Maybe a
here.
crab hand. We're in.
Yeah, you know, all right, it's official, people. Donnie Jumanji, new Star Wars character.
Tentacle-faced crab hand.
Tentacle-faced
Donnie
crab
Yen
hand.
Monster.
Donnie-
Yeah, his right hand's a crab hand, and on his left, he's got a lightsaber.
Yes.
Is he still blind?
We don't know.
Yeah, okay, I'm down.
I'm all right with it.
It's only
Can
when the
we
plot is relevant.
Can we get a Starkiller movie? That actor still looks 100% the same. He could still do that.
Yeah.
Star
Good.
Killer.
Really good.
I want it.
Well,
Okay, I'm gonna head out.
all right, Nick.
Yeah,
Well,
that's fair.
thank you for
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. It was fun. I
Yeah.
haven't seen you guys in a while.
And I hope
Yeah.
I hope I can hear you and see you and more.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. I'm out.
All right,
See you.
Nick is
See ya.
Nick is
Drive
leaving,
safe.
and I'll tell you what. To conserve audio power, feel free to move in, people. I want get that clarity.
Drive safe, Nick. Have a good shift.
Yeah, move on and moving on a little in if you want to. Get close, get warm.
Gather around the campfire and
All right.
sing our campfire song.
Our copyrighted
Yeah, that's
campfire.
fair. We're gonna get a strike for this.
Yes.
Perfect
Perfect rendition of the campfire song.
it is definitely transformative. We're fine.
Okay.
Well, okay. Nick has left the building, so Tiefling. I mean, is it a Star Wars movie or is it something else?
It changes every once in a while. I'm very, very overly emotional when it comes to movies.
I know you got a lot of passion.
Really, really attached to movies really quickly, but
Is-
I can literally, at any time of the day, doing anything, just kind of sit down and watch the entirety of Princess Mononoke.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That has stood the test of time as, like, my go-to anything movie. Like, that...
That is a very good.
Ghibli just gets it.
You know the thing about Mononoke that
Marlon.
No. Studio Ghibli.
I didn't catch all of it.
No, I got you. I got you.
Well, thank you though. Actually, I think
Studio Ghibli gets me.
I think they do. The thing about Miyazaki movies is, you know, I mean, they're all really great for tapping into that wholesome feeling that's so unique. But the thing about Mononoke is it's probably my favorite of his, but it's so different. It's so dark. I don't know if everybody puts it at their top, like with A Spirit Away or Howl's Moving Castle. Maybe
House is a close second for my favorite Ghibli movie.
But it's not
that
really-
movie is so good.
Hey
They're
guys,
good.
you know who else makes people feel good with their movies?
Too.
KyoAni.
Yeah, let's officially pour one out on stream for Kyoto Animations. Can we get a lot of F's in the chat?
Yeah.
But like legitimately, it was a tragedy what happened, and
Yes.
They
oh
made-
man,
they made
if you look them up, a whole lot of the Japanese animators have links to donation places that you can send to the families of those affected by the Kyoto Animations fire.
You can
lots of
also
luck going.
also buy digital prints directly from their store. There's nothing physical that gets shipped, so the company can still make money.
And you can
help support
digitally
the brand.
buy all of their works directly from them. Like they deserve a whole lot of support right now.
Oh yeah.
Like actually, like I know it's been a couple weeks, but like,
Hey, you know,
it takes forever to
it's
recover
still-
from devastation.
Absolutely, it's gonna be a while. They're still feeling the effects. I'm still seeing posts about it a lot, and I think definitely support
Anything
the
you can
studio,
do is
the people, the families.
Yeah.
That was a tragedy, but it is unfortunate sometimes. But tragedies like that do kind of bring apart. Like I confess, I actually didn't know much about the studio by name, and then I realized, they did produce a lot of great, really like classic shows. I was like, oh wow, that. But at least they're getting that recognition for that, and so much talent being lost is sad. But it's kind of cool to
especially at like one time. Just
yes,
brought
indeed.
down the room.
Sorry, it needed to be said.
It did.
It did. I'm glad you did.
Mononoke. Dark as hell. Just that ending.
Random question about Mononoke, because maybe we'll go back and expand on
What
the
you want to know
movies.
about Ashitoka?
Ashitoka. My uncle, when we used to watch it as a kid, he called him Ashitako. I think he might have did it. Ashitako. I don't know. But the little forest spirits,
Mm-hmm.
do you think they're cute or creepy?
Depending on the scene. They can have very menacing energy depending on at what point of the movie you're in.
I saw a video talking about how I think they were designed because they're natural. They're representing natural. They're supposed to be kind of both that way.
So they're like Ewoks.
Yes, they're cute and creepy at the same time. You don't know how you're supposed to feel.
They're all supposed to die.
Yes, actually.
Especially when they start singing.
The Ewoks or the forest spirits?
Yes.
The forest spirits
With their clicking,
with the clicking and directly after
cracking their own necks.
The
The
spirit of the forest
gets
has
shot.
officially been shot.
I've
Everyone.
never-
Oh God, you
John!
Ooh.
I haven't seen
Never
a
seen
lot of.
I know.
I haven't seen a lot of.
Well,
Ghibli
Halloween?
movies. Yeah.
Either?
No, we watched it together.
I know we did. I was just wondering if you were like remembering.
Yeah.
Well, I will say to you both, anybody that hasn't seen Princess Mononoke, especially on my channel, obviously if you're an anime fan, you got it.
Actual classic.
Give it a watch at least. It's honestly, and I know Gimli, you're not the biggest anime guy, but it's one of those movies I think you'd probably enjoy because there's a lot of war, there's a lot of violence, there's a lot of cool themes, and a lot of magic.
Real heart in it.
And heart.
Like,
this is what hatred looks like.
mhm.
The literally tearing them apart. It's a great manifestation of the darkness. Oh yeah, it's universal.
I got
ideas.
my obsession for cursed characters from that movie.
But he's one of the best cursed characters. You know what I don't like? I don't like how his village is just like screw you.
What else? What could they have done for him?
I don't know.
What they couldn't have done anything. They
She-
sent him. They sent him to where they knew the spirit
know-
of the forest would be,
you know
so
what?
that he could ask for its blessing.
I actually want to agree with you. And
They didn't want to get murdered by his bloodlust because they've been used to people going insane and killing hundreds of people. With it.
there is that brief scene though with his sister that they did choose that tradition though. They didn't necessarily have to because remember how nobody's supposed to talk to him.
Mhm.
She still did, which I liked. It was a good touch.
Yep.
Well,
And
she went.
he saved the lives of those three girls.
Do you-
Like
Yeah. Do you?
they were out doing a bunch of nonsense and they got in trouble and he stood up for them.
Do you think he stayed with Mononoke, or do you think he ever because the curse was sort
Oh,
of lifted?
yeah, dude.
But
yes.
But okay, I know he did. But what I meant
Yeah.
was, do you think he helps them repair the village and the forest, or does he ever go back to his village now that he's not cursed, or is he just like this is my new path?
I think
Because he could
that
go back to
might
his
have
family.
brought her back to see where he came from, but I never think he returned.
Oh, okay, just like a visit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, your sister still cares about you.
Yeah. Well,
To let her know that you're not dead of a horrible curse.
yes. Oh yeah. By the way, the boar spirit didn't eat me alive. I'm not a monster now. So
Yeah, I'm living my life with the cool wolf lady over there. We're fine.
I'm cool with the forest spirit, with the miners,
Yep.
samurai. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
Any other ones that stick out? That's your kind of go to. Any other ones that?
That is just so very. I mean, that in Star Wars, he got me in a nutshell. Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
Hey, if you really think that, this is the place to say it.
I don't hate it as much.
It's an enjoyable. It's just a fan
You could
service.
I don't hate it as much as everyone does, and I'm kind of embarrassed about
You
that.
could have said the spirits with them.
It's okay.
Oh,
You want to know something?
what?
I also don't hate it as much as people do.
Do people? I think people hate it more now than they used to. When it came out,
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, it's so cool."
Yeah, but now they
Yeah,
just
people hate it more now because there's going to be a remake.
for 7, and they're just upset that their game isn't getting the remake.
All right. Well, I want us to keep talking more about movies and Star Wars and stuff, and I can sense there's some good conversations brewing. But Gimli, see, Mr. Quiet Gimli over here, I was trying to have you go first. You're literally going to be last.
Is it Blues Brothers?
Yes.
There was a point where I would have called Blues Brothers my favorite movie.
The
That's my
1980s.
That's my
version.
top.
Not the remake, sequel thing.
Not 2000. 2000 has good songs, but
But no, you want to go original. It's got everything.
Tell me everything.
It's a comedy. It's a musical.
it's a car
chase. Prison.
A mission from God.
Yeah, Mission from God.
Carrie Fisher's in it.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd.
Before he went crazy.
Before.
Wow.
It's like there's violence, there's drugs, there's Nazis.
The movie got a little.
There's country.
I give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's got a little something for everything.
It's got military involved. It's got a little bit of everything.
All right.
It really does.
Well, you see,
Jumping bridges,
now.
blowing up buildings.
Okay, now
An
you're
actual good plot running through the whole
relationship
thing.
problems.
Could you give me a little backstory as to why it's your favorite movie? Because I think that's a good answer. It's a very unique answer.
I've known that's been your answer for I think as long as I've known you.
High speed chases.
Yeah.
Actually, when I first saw it, I remember seeing it partway through, so I never actually saw the beginning of the movie until like a couple years later.
Really?
Yeah.
So you always had that hook.
Yeah, I'm always like, what's going to happen? And I never actually finished it either the first time.
Oh man.
So I always.
So what did you see the first time then?
Or cool car chases and
I
explosions.
saw the part where they're trying to get the money to
in the
downtown.
Yeah.
To the revenue.
And the military's there and they're boarding up everything.
Yeah.
And they drive through the mall.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't see that part the first time.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that's
I probably only saw like 20 minutes, and like.
So it's just one of these points. How the fuck do you end up in this situation?
Yeah. Like you are literally speeding through downtown, and like. How?
How does any sensible movie escalate to this point and it's not even over?
Because we're on a mission from God.
Yeah. What is going on? But then watching it the whole way from start to finish, it's like everything that you want in a movie is pretty much there.
You know, John, I don't hate 2000 as much as people do online.
The only part I didn't like was mostly the music.
Really? You didn't like the music?
Not from the new one, yeah.
I did enjoy the music. I enjoyed a lot of the music, actually. Like, I didn't think the kid was as annoying as people say, but, like, he is kind of a little shit. And, like, I wish they would have done more for Belushi's character.
Yeah.
Well,
besides just...
is that probably one of the reasons why it wasn't as good? Because he wasn't there with his brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well...
Bunch of downers on the 100th podcast.
Well, you try to escape reality, and it just has to be there. Behind the scenes. It's always going to be there, but that's fine, because without that, we wouldn't have movies. So
you know what else is always going to be there? A little cult classic. It's a B movie.
Is it called Sacrifice?
No, it's not. It's not.
Is it called Sacrifice a B movie?
That's a C movie, man. D.
That's generous.
Actually, the term that exists is a Z film. It is technically a Z film. That's like a no budget
Zero
film.
budget.
That's a.
We had a couple of dollars that were
it's-
strewn around
It's,
the ball.
it's below a B movie. It's a Z film.
No.
I think I got paid like $10 to bring some alcohol and food.
to the
that catering was
To the
great.
premiere, he's producer through catering.
This is a little B film that I discovered this past year.
B movie.
No.
Is it the Bollywood film?
No, but that is also a very. It's
Which one
just
was-
a banger.
Which one was that?
Soldier.
Soldier. Yes, Soldier is a fantastic 3-hour, 45-minute long Bollywood film. It's unironically really good.
Soldier.
Soldier. It was in 1998, I believe, and it's one of the highest rated Bollywood films ever.
Bollywood films, I need to watch more because even though oftentimes they're over the top and campy, the
They're
production
great.
value is
Om
like
Shanti Om.
amazing.
Om Shanti Om, I think, is legitimately a good movie.
What
I
it is.
love that
What's
movie.
that?
Om Shanti Om is a love story. It's
Time
redemption,
travel.
time travel,
Well, not time
revenge.
travel, more reincarnation.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
What's
That's
that
right.
Bollywood movie you guys made me watch?
Singham?
Singham.
Yeah.
The cop guy. Oh my god, that was amazing.
Singham was
Singham.
Bollywood,
silly, but,
Bollywood
like,
action movies are just
Oh,
that
they're
right
so
kind of
good.
over the top.
They're so good.
They don't make action movies like that here anymore,
No.
Nope.
and they're mostly practical too, which I love.
But this leads in to the little 70s 80s B film that I found recently. It's called Chopping Mall.
Shopping mall. I think
You've
I've
watched
heard of it.
Shopping Mall?
Shopping
I
Mall?
watched Chopping Mall.
Is it?
It is really funny.
I think I've heard of it. I think Red Letter Media might have talked about it. or
So awful, but it's really funny.
something. Shopping mall.
It's just
Please-
about a bunch of
please
these
explain
teenagers who get locked in the mall at night, overnight, and the mall has just bought and installed a bunch of security robots.
Of course. Oh, I have seen the review of that. That I want to see that.
It's on YouTube for free.
Shopping mall.
Chopping Mall.
All right. Okay,
This 100th podcast has
Actually,
turned into
viewing.
100.
it's turned into a viewing party for the movie Shopping Mall.
I click to the time. It'll actually be a Merlin cast audio commentary for Shopping Mall.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
we could watch the first 2 animated parts of Hajime no Ippo.
Shut up.
I love that fucking show.
But
More than Ashita
More
no
than-
Joe.
More than Ashi. Yes,
What?
absolutely, 100%.
Oh wow.
I do not like Joe.
What? Well, actually, he is a terrible person, so I can't
He's-
really deny that.
He's a terrible person. He deserved to die in that ring.
More than Megalobox?
More than Megalobox, yes. I'm sorry.
It's getting
More than
weird here.
Megalobox.
alright, hear me out. Season 5 of Samurai Jack.
Gotta get back.
Yes, I like
Back
it
to
more
the
than
past.
that. The only thing I don't
It's
like
not really
it
a
more,
boxing anime,
it
but
is-
it's still
yeah.
pretty good.
it is my number 2 anime right under Lupin the Third.
Lupin the Third's pretty great.
Kenshin?
More than Kenshin.
Kenshin is my number 3.
You piece of shit.
Where's Dragon Ball on this list?
Dragon Ball is like the 5th.
Where's Fullmetal Alchemist on this list?
Fullmetal Alchemist is like
Probably not even this top 10.
7th.
Which one? Brotherhood or 2003?
Both.
2000 and,
Hey.
2003 went places.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
it
say
did. 2003
something.
was really
Oh,
good.
no.
I'm gonna say something really controversial.
Do you not like
Yes, yeah, I
2003?
swear.
2003 is some shit.
You fuck.
Like right at the ending of it is fucking balls awful.
It
The
is.
ending of
Alright.
the
The ending's
2003
awful. I will give
Fullmetal
you
Alchemist
that.
series is horrendous,
It
and I
is
will
awful.
not defend it ever.
The Conqueror of Shambhala does make it a little bit better, but
Maybe
that's like an accessory to.
Yeah,
it's
you
still
can't-
it's
the-
still
the
technically
series.
part of the show.
no.
It's
This-
still part of the show. It's the ending. It's how they wrap up the series. You
Yeah,
can't.
that's like
It's like saying Serenity isn't like the ending to Firefly. Oh, Firefly never
It's
got
not.
ended. It is.
It's
That's
a
like saying
it's,
that-
it's a movie meant to tie up loose ends. You
But
have
it's
to
still
view them
part
as-
of the shared universe, though. I'm not saying it's a good ending, but Shambhala is the ending of that show. It's like an
Yeah.
extended OVA.
the same way
It's-
that Dragon Ball Super Broly is canon to the series now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I don't have a problem with.
I mean, it's like it is. I'm air quoting. You can't see me.
He's air quoting people.
It's the same way that it functions the same way and fulfills the same role as the end of Evangelion to Evangelion.
The same way that the Doctor Who anniversaries are canon.
Yeah,
Like they are,
yeah,
but it's like, are they?
Yeah,
They are.
They are.
Like,
yeah, they are.
but like,
Yeah,
but like.
All right. Look, it's okay because
Sure.
as much as I love the first anime, the ending is where it gets the most problematic. It's even within the context of that show's story, it isn't the best ending. Even with the movie, it's like okay, they're stuck in our world and they give up alchemy, and I guess that's it. It's like the film always felt like it was kind of like a random side story in the show. Like, so I think it's a little bit of an extreme, but it could have had a much better ending. I do agree.
Yeah. I mean,
and yes, Brotherhood has a much better ending. I agree.
the
manga, but if we're talking about
shows,
the two shows, I mean, you could say, like, I would almost say you don't need the '03 series if it hadn't been for the fact that everyone was like, hey, 2003, people know about it. That's why Fullmetal Alchemist was popular.
It's
So
nice to watch
they
the
skipped the
first
beginning.
couple of episodes of the first series, like in conjunction with.
They fleshed out the characters a lot more. That's the thing.
I think that
That's the only
Brotherhood fleshed out the side characters because they were fleshed out in the manga, whereas the original series focused more on the relationship between Ed and Al.
Yep.
Which is true, and that's been my biggest thing. Like, is that, and if Brotherhood had been done a little differently, not assuming that people didn't love the '03 version, it would be perfect. But because they skipped over the main characters a lot in Brotherhood, ironically,
Yeah. It's because
you kind of need '03.
I think it's because they had it in mind where you are supposed to watch these things in conjunction with each other because it already exists. They didn't want to spend the time to redo it.
The consensus these days seems to be you can't have one with the other. They complement each other really well. They're just different.
They do.
Tellings of the same basic.
So
ideas.
you know my answer to questions like this.
Read the manga.
Read the manga. Yes, absolutely. But speaking of my number 3 anime, its recent announced movie is actually a prequel.
The Kenshin's a
prequel? The Kenshin movie is a prequel.
So during his Josei days?
I think that and dealing with when he found his teacher.
Oh.
So they're not doing the story about him and his wife. They're doing the story about him and his teacher.
Yes.
Okay. I can be okay with that. Keep the same actor.
It is the same actor.
He's so good.
He's really good as Kenshin.
I know essentially nothing about Rurouni Kenshin. I do know that his sword is reversed edge.
Yes.
And I also know how shitty of a sword that would be.
Yes, it gets broken at one point.
Yeah, it's
because
terrible.
The edge would be soft because that's how katanas are made.
Yes, he doesn't use these.
That's why he's
I know.
a good swordsman, because he has to fight people with a really
he
crappy
wins
sword.
with the worst weapon physically
because he's
possible.
that good.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, there are historical weapons that are reversed edged like that. There are Dacian phalluses, which are essentially just two-handed. They're essentially Rurouni Kenshin's weapon, but not a katana.
Yes,
and they're just a lot better as like a giant like sickle or scythe.
Yeah. He hits people with the blunt end, but he needs it curved the right way so he can still use his katana stuff.
Now,
that's not how any of it works, but it's cool.
Yeah.
I really like those movies, by the way. The live action. If you want to talk about doing live action anime films, right? That's great. I do know that we want to be inclusive in this podcast. I'm trying to be. So, I want to hear everybody's feelings on, because Gimli touched on it earlier, and so did Tiefling, about Episode 9, Star Wars. So, everybody in the room. I mean, and I know kind of your feelings already, Dickey, but how are we feeling about the movie? Because I think, Tiefling, you said you're probably the only person really excited to see it.
No,
I am optimistic. If what I think is going down goes down, it'll be a great movie, at least for me. But
what do you think's gonna happen?
I don't know. I with Palpatine confirmed coming back, that's adding some more legend stuff into the whole universe, and with the Darth Vader comics talking about exploring the actual Force Veil and stuff like that. They're going to be getting into some real deep Jedi Sith mind control-y stuff, and
clones.
Maybe even clones. The Knights of Ren are coming back. Kylo Ren doing some cool shit. Rey doing some cool shit. And I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I just want them to not crap out on the story at the very end.
They can't go back on anything that they've presented.
Yeah, they can't.
So far.
They just cannot go back.
Rolling anything back would just kind of.
It would be, but I feel like, well, you know what? I feel like Abrams could be pressured to do that, but if he could find a creative way to keep rolling with his vision and combine the stuff from the last movie, that would be great.
Why are you automatically thinking that the last movie wasn't in his vision?
Well,
It was a different director, wasn't
Director-
There was a different director, but he was handed a template on things that should happen because the entire series was planned out according to J.J. Abrams.
it? If it was all planned out by Abrams, then I'm not really excited for the last one in the trilogy. I'm not gonna lie. Between the first one and the second and this last trilogy, there's just a lot of thematic dissonance. It doesn't feel like it's the same universe, and like,
Maybe.
it's like for example,
They were made to be very different movies, that's for sure.
yeah. So like for example, and again, this is from somebody who doesn't have any context for an entire complete trilogy in Star Wars. I don't think I've ever seen all 3 movies in any one trilogy.
Well, they fight in space.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's right there on the 10.
Luke does a big upset, and his dad bad man.
Yeah.
Yes, Luke's sad,
But
Darth Vader's like has a breathing problem.
so like in the Force
Palpatine,
Awakens,
sneaky motherfucker.
in the Force Awakens, for example, Rey is kind of built up to be this like prophesized like the one, and you know, with Luke's lightsaber calling out to her, she's able to use it. She's able to use the Force without any training. She's able to go head to head with Kylo Ren, even though he's definitely better trained.
Super fucking inch.
But he's also really injured.
They set that up really well, and I'm surprised that to this day people still don't pick that up.
Yeah,
He was shot.
yeah, he was.
He
My
was
book-
shot
they-
by a Wookiee bowcaster.
They have
And he
put
lives.
in the movie that everyone else that Chewie has shot has gone like 10 to 15 feet, where he's blown holes
Yeah.
through buildings,
You know-
and he gets shot in the side with
You
it.
don't want to get hit by a
Yeah.
bowcaster.
And he gets hit, and he
Yeah.
doesn't go flying. He doesn't really move. He gets injured. He whirls around, but he's still walking and
Yeah.
Yeah,
bleeding
like-
profusely everywhere into the snow.
Like, you know how those things work? It's you have the ability to use them with just the plasma, but a lot of the times people will use that in conjunction with like an actual bolt.
Yeah, you can't.
So he got shot by a physical round covered in plasma into his side, and still fought people with the lightsaber. And like, man, he's a bitch. Okay.
Okay.
Let me shoot you in the side right quick.
Yeah.
Go run a fucking marathon.
Yeah.
That is true.
Chewbacca's Chewbacca's bowcaster is one of the strongest there is.
Yeah.
That's his like custom thing.
Yeah.
That's true. Gimli, now I see. I don't mind a little bit of debate because I
I know you're not looking forward to it.
I'm not.
but
I know,
but
which is why.
but I
which
want
is
to
why
hear
brought
why.
it the way that I did.
I want to hear
I'm
why.
excited for it. You are the opposite of excited
Yes.
for it.
You haven't been excited for a Star Wars movie since The Force Awakens. I think you were weren't you looking forward to
He
The
was
Force?
cautiously
looking-
optimistic.
Yeah, and now I'm just like, okay, just let it be over, because I'm like, I'm worried that they're just going to do the same thing for 6. Like, it's same exact plot. And all of it.
He
Like,
turned.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Bad
gonna
guy
be the same.
turns killing Palpatine. but
Okay,
dies.
all right.
It's going to be the same.
All right, you're. That's kind of what I'm feeling, just based on Abrams' Force Awakens movie. Like, but we could be wrong, of course. Gimli, I want to hear from you.
I
What?
have like a 5% hope that
Okay.
it's
Well,
not.
I feel
it's
like
a new
with
hope.
with a real trailer, we'll get a better idea. Of what's
Yes.
Yeah, when are we supposed to be getting more
No,
stuff?
we didn't even know when we were supposed to be getting this first teaser.
It just
Oh,
dropped.
wow.
The Vanity Fair covers are out, which look fucking amazing.
Mhm, They do.
But like,
Like the shots,
Uh,
they look good.
They look good.
Oh yeah,
There's
that's
no doubt.
something,
But
that's
plot-
something that's
They
what I'm worried
they look amazing.
every Star Wars movie recently, like with the new trilogy.
they've looked so good.
Yes, the
the-
cinematography, the VFX, it all looks fantastic.
Agreed.
Yeah.
These are the best looking made technically Star Wars movies, indisputably.
And even after Episode 9, they are planning on doing more
Yeah.
with it post Luke and Emperor, and like not have a whole lot to do with like.
They want to get away
Skywalker.
from all of this stuff so they can
Yeah.
Make
not
do whatever
have
they
people
want.
bitch about it.
like it's the same thing again. Like wrap up that storyline.
I really wish it were serialized and animated. I think Star Wars works much better as an animation rather than live action.
Well, that
I
makes sense
kind of
too,
agree.
because serialized it was originally supposed to be based on serials anyway, like Flash Gordon. So
Now, I feel like there's a definite place for the movies, but animated stuff for like in between everything, going deeper into the lore is
I
definitely.
mean, like, I think the movies are good for like large set pieces like wars and rebellions and like those key points. But like it's better to serialize around those
for
things.
characters.
I feel like movies are better for like. I wouldn't even say whole wars as much as I would say
big events.
pivotal points in the story.
Yeah.
Because like even
No,
in,
no,
even in
no.
like episode 8 when they shot the fucking when she turned around and shot her ship through the thing, I would have preferred that in a movie, not in a serialized
Which
animation.
is a no.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because that is a large turning point in something. Now,
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But if the serial up until then had been maybe 3 to 4 seasons of Rebels on the back pedal, building up a much better rapport and like care for the character that did that.
We might have cared more about.
At this point, from what I have experienced with Star Wars, it is no longer the movie's jobs to do that. It is everything else's jobs
Yes,
to
which is
build
what
around
what we are saying is that there should have been
time to do that beforehand.
before the movie even came
I
out.
personally don't care. They could do it after. They could do it before.
Well,
Either
feel like
way,
it would
I
be-
think it should just get
I-
done
I-
at some point.
I think that
True.
that fleshing things out in other ways is great. I mean, you've got like all the expanded universe stuff to do that.
I mean, I'm a
but then
weirdo
you-
who reads the novelizations of the movies so that I get
Well,
all of the
but-
directions that the actors were given, so I know shit that
But-
you guys probably don't.
But that's the thing, you know. Most of us here are pretty big Star Wars fans. We were saying this now about the movies kind of being a different place, but the average moviegoer that loves Star Wars probably knows just the movies and expects them to do a certain job. Which, since that was their original medium that they're best known for, I think we got to take that into account a little
I
bit,
think
right?
that's the problem because these movies aren't for the casual fan anymore. Really,
Yeah. Well.
to
No.
an extent it is, but not in its entirety like it should be. Because like when you went to go see 4, 5, and 6, those were for the casual moviegoer, and then you got that twist, and then you were like, oh, I want to know more about this now, so I'll go out and branch here, branch there, and you rooted yourself into it. So now,
then episode 1 came out and it was supposed to be for you, and it was bogged down with a whole lot of extra shit that
no, it was for that next generation, so they could root
Hey.
themselves into it, so this thing doesn't die.
It's a different thing. I mean, I guess, well, I did want to talk about this since Nick left. I mean, he kind of had his, like, ranking of things.
He had Solo as number 3, and that's
Like,
genuinely surprising for me, and puts things
no,
into
no. I know Nick is a person. Solo is definitely one of his favorites.
that's
Why?
fine. That's
I haven't seen Solo.
Hey.
You should see it and then you'll understand.
It's,
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I don't think it's, like, quite that high, but it's not a bad movie.
Right.
That it's a fine, it's an interesting choice.
Well,
That's
It's
cool.
far above Rogue One.
Look, he said that he hated all the prequels. I kind of like the prequels. I guess that used to be controversial. I mean, I like the Phantom
There are
Menace.
parts of the
I do.
prequels I like.
You know, I don't hate the
Same.
Phantom Menace.
I have weird feelings for these new movies because like I absolutely adore some of the stuff that they're doing, and then like
And hate other parts of it.
like
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
Like
I-
8 might be my favorite if I could change maybe 2 or 3 things about it. And most of that stuff is involving the rebels themselves,
Yeah.
nothing to do with the Force or anything
The
like
Rebels seem ridiculously underdeveloped,
that.
even considering the fact that in the original movies they were still. You got a better sense of the Force through the main characters, and I don't think you have quite as strong ones in
Like,
this
the
one.
Rebels
like Finn's subplot, for instance.
I
was
think that makes
recycled.
sense.
had a
'cause,
government.
Huh?
Yeah,
In the new movies here, they should be more developed and
It should
Stronger.
be bigger, stronger, better supplied.
Like,
oh,
Them being underdogs again was a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
because they literally like made a government, and now it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. They
Well,
didn't.
no, then their government exploded when that planet shot them.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Was the giant star
Stupidest idea.
Star
super
Killer Base.
super
Star Killer
death
Base.
something? Oh, Star Killer. Yeah,
Base,
sure,
which
sure.
is why I thought they were gonna fucking bring up my boy Galen Merrick in this new stuff, but no.
No.
like
They wanted
that's
to.
One of the things
Yeah.
I don't like about the new movies is it's just a rinse and repeat plot.
A lot of the big
for
stuff.
definitely for 7.
Like,
Yeah.
And
I don't think 8 is, but like
I think
Yeah,
the parts where
7
8 strayed were definitely with the Kylo Ren and Rey relationship, all of the Force stuff. And, the parts of the movie that, when I talk to people, they're like, yeah, that was cool. I might have had some problems with how Luke was portrayed, but other than that, the actual meat and potatoes of what I was watching there was really fun. What about Roulette? I could have done without that.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it while I was watching it. I thought it was important for Finn's character development.
You gotta
to see
something not Jedi
Yeah.
related to mix it up a little.
Oh, I'm not saying don't put that in the movie.
And like it's like how you're not excited for like the Mandarin. Like that's not for you. It's for other people who want to see different sides of the war. Like all in all, it's 3 sides to this that are just propaganda for everyone.
Yeah. Like the Mandalorian TV show is going to be good.
It looks pretty cool. From what I
Like
understand.
they had a little trailer
What's
out
the
for it
time period for it?
in between 6 and 7.
Yeah,
So it's not Old Republic, but it's not new. It's
not new, but it is another side to this war that has always had
Like,
these
if you
3
know
sides.
if you
the
know me,
Jedi, the Sith, and the
I'm a
Bounty
big
Hunters.
And it did
lightsabers and space magic and the interplay between everything like that. That is what I go into Star Wars for.
And
Yeah.
there's a lot of extra canon content where it did have Mandalorians
Mhm.
play heavily in it, especially with Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's little subplot that on Planet Mandalore
Right.
with the Queen and the Clone Wars show was just some of the best episodes.
It really was.
Yeah.
Especially rescuing them from Darth Maul after he invaded,
Yeah.
and just
And Darth Maul versus going against Pre Vizsla and all of that.
yeah, all of that was really, really good stuff.
Rebels
I
is
know
very
you're
good.
super lost. We'll get to somewhere you understand soon.
It's funny. I tried to bounce back by saying, because I know Gimli's not a big anime guy, so I was like, oh, we'll talk about Star Wars, and then Dickey was like,
No,
I'm leaving you out because you're no.
You saw Rogue One though, right?
I did. Yeah, I watched.
So you know, it's like
So what's your opinion on that?
I think it was a good idea to make it a separate like a separate Star Wars movie, aside from a trilogy. And I do still think it's an okay movie if you go into it without the knowledge that it's a prequel. If you just know that it's a Star Wars movie, you'll probably be fine. I think the prequels, generally speaking, are always set up for failure.
Yeah.
most of the time.
I really don't think I know a single prequel that lived up to the expectations that the fans have for the movie that
Lord of the
the
Rings.
prequel is set for.
And they just never will.
No,
The
Yeah.
Hobbit.
The Hobbit,
the fucking Hobbit movies.
The Hobbit trilogy. Was
Actually,
trash.
to be honest, I like the first Hobbit movie. Only because
I like the first and second one, and then I saw the third one. I was like, yeah, come on, let's go.
They could have condensed
Beat
that
this
into
dead horse.
one
Do you
or
know-
two movies.
Do you know how long the Battle of the Five Armies is in The Hobbit? It's
How
like a
long?
paragraph.
Well, he
Yeah.
was
Really?
unconscious
Yeah.
for the battle.
Yeah.
Bilbo got knocked out at the very beginning, and they came to after the battle was
Dickey.
over.
So you're saying you would prefer a more accurate adaptation where it's like, then just
Honestly,
flights out,
yes.
and he wakes up and there's devastation?
Absolutely.
I guess
think that could be interesting because Bilbo is a character that is like
out of his depth.
way out of his depth. Like
That's true. You know what? That would
essentially
have.
gets abducted by a bunch of dwarves and is told,
It
"Hey,
was-
you're coming with us.
To fight a dragon.
Look,
We're taking back our home."
Yes, a regular D&D
Yeah.
It
What
is.
they do, they
It's-
kidnap the fucking halfling. That's what they did.
Like,
They got their
need a
rogue.
cook.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, you're on the bar, right? Yeah? No, you're coming with us now. Why?
You make good food.
No!
That's illegal. We're out of town already. That's
Guards!
illegal. In the next
Guards!
city. That's illegal.
This money says it's not illegal.
This money does say it's not illegal, but
I mean, yeah, I think Rogue One works on some levels. Obviously, it's not terribly like memorable if you only watch it once.
yeah.
I only know the girl's name is Jyn Erso because I've like watched a couple of video essays about it, and that's the only character that I can like
Jyn Erso,
bother to remember.
Donnie Yen,
Donnie,
Moff Tarkin,
Donnie Yen's
Guerrero.
boyfriend.
Saul Guerrero.
the
Saul
Forrest
Guerrero.
Whitaker's character.
Yeah. I only know about him because he's going to be in Jedi Fallen Order. They didn't
But I mean-
program in his Forrest Whitaker eye.
Oh
Alan Tudyk was the droid. He was cool.
Well, maybe he got his Forrest Whitaker eye later in life.
Is it like really, really rude of us to be just like talking about?
Probably
Forrest
yes.
I'm sorry.
Forrest Whitaker?
Yeah.
Look, he doesn't mind. He's won Academy Awards. He's fine. We love you, man. It doesn't matter.
If he somehow manages to not only find this video but make it an hour and 9 minutes in, I mean,
Cool.
what an awesome compliment that would be. Like, I might only have a couple thousand subscribers, but one of them is Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
That's worth what? How many?
Yeah, exactly.
That's at least
10
people.
That's 10 people, right? That's messed up.
I would go with how many followers he has on Twitter. That many people.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out Forrest for. Wait, would you shout us out for insulting? Despite. I'm digging myself into a hole here.
Merlin, cut this. Cut this. The last 10 minutes.
Sorry.
The last 10 minutes.
Listen.
The things that we say in Merlin Cast cannot be taken lightly. The shared thoughts and opinions of Merlin Cast members don't necessarily represent the thoughts and opinions of Merlin Cast members. We don't know where to return. What was that?
We don't know what we're doing.
But I mean, I know. I don't think. Like I said, prequels, generally speaking, are not good.
Yeah.
Just by storytelling structure, just by virtue of storytelling structure.
Their work if you don't know their prequels.
Yes.
Temple of Doom.
They will work as movies if you do not know the work that they're leading up to. You can enjoy them in that kind of headspace.
If it's not directly connected as much.
I'll absolutely try to watch Rogue One again. It's like...
You
I'll
won't walk out of your home like you did for Batman vs Superman.
Oh god, I walked out of that 3 times and it was the most abusive relationship
I think
I've ever
the
been
only
in.
movie that I've ever walked out of was Agent 47.
Which one?
I was with
Which
you
one?
with that
Yeah,
one.
we walked out of
Was
that
that-
and went to see Ant-Man again.
Was that a Hitman movie?
Yes.
It was a Hitman movie about Hitman's sister, but you add the number after their name is how good of a hitman you are, and she was Hitman 90. She was Agent 90.
That's where we went.
And she was like his sister
Look.
or something. So we stood up and I'm like
Like, this
alright.
bitch has been going around the entire time, just like...
ruining his
Look.
fucking day.
Look.
She steals his guns because she doesn't want him to shoot people, and then ninjas break in and almost murder her. And then he's like, "I'll use my guns to." Oh, they're gone.
Alright. Look, I'll say this, okay? Because I'm not a hardcore gamer, but I can say this. I'm a pretty big fan of the Hitman games. And I saw that movie. Check out the review on Merlin the Mighty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
And shameless plug of myself. And I have to say that I thought that movie was okay.
Hey, Merlin.
Because
I
the
didn't
bar is
see-
so low for video game movies that I've seen worse.
Merlin, I
It was
didn't
dumb, though.
see the end of that movie, obviously.
Oh.
How does it end?
I don't remember. He kills Spock from
I'm sorry.
the Abrams Star Trek.
Yeah.
That because he was the bad guy, and they're fighting on a tower. They meet her dad, and you're related. Oh god! Look, the only thing I like about that movie was I thought he was perfectly cast. He had the red tie. He was in uniform. It's like it's the
And then
thing for Hitman.
and he pulled out the real guns.
And at the same time, like, oh, that looks like Hitman. That's cool. And that's
He pulled it with the same design, and then he did the thing where he puts
like,
the two silencers on.
They're doing the
and
thing
then
like
it's
from the
the
game.
thing.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
like,
But-
all of
Hitman.
that was really cool.
But the
And
plot
then
does
just-
that get you from those little moments? Ass,
It's
ass,
just-
total ass, people.
Just,
Come on,
I'm your
Like,
sister.
and like,
you're my
No,
sister.
you're my sister.
You're better than me.
You were
Look,
made exactly
look,
like me.
look,
All
look.
of us agents
We know
have.
neighbors.
You are the best agent, but
Look.
you are only Agent 47.
Look.
What's your sister? Agent 90.
It's
Oh,
bull.
she's one.
Look,
She's
look.
always 2 times.
This is-
Have you?
She's never had training.
Anybody else walked out of movies? Like,
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie.
Because you paid for it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
did once and got my money back.
You
What
did?
movie?
Green Lantern.
Oh,
You
yeah.
walked out of it?
Yes, because
You
I
know-
could not see a thing.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't hate Green Lantern.
That movie was trash.
I spent 20 minutes watching it, and I'm like, I can't see what's going on, and walked out.
I was maybe
got my
like...
money's back.
Honestly,
That's fair.
that was like it's actually okay.
How long ago did that movie come out?
2011.
2011, so like I
That-
was 12 something around the
Stop
time.
doxing yourself.
Look, it's okay. I've actually heard people defend it. Green Lantern is probably not a very good superhero movie, but my biggest problem was the lighting was really bad for some reason.
We tried
Yeah.
watching it in part of a superhero movies marathon, and you got so mad and so drunk you were screaming at your own TV because the brightness was off.
I do remember that. I do remember
That
that.
was the year we played apples to apples. Oh,
man.
Newsflash, apples to
But
apples is
2011
really great
was a great year for superhero movies because we had Captain America, we had Thor, we had Green Lantern.
Which I was really, really looking forward to.
All your favorite superheroes.
I know.
There's also one of the X-Men movies.
First Class was also there. Very good.
First Class was that year, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2011.
I thought that was 12.
No, man.
13.
I'm telling you, man. It's 2011.
No, 2012 was Nicolas Cage on that raft while the world was ending.
I'm gonna. I hope you broke your fucking phone.
No, it's fine.
You.
Okay, so I know that we talked about Star Wars. What about Star Trek?
I know nothing.
Well, that's look.
Picard's getting the show
Yeah.
that he might not be in.
I'm glad you brought it up because I was thinking, I know the room here, but I'm like, I can't do a 100 episode without at least mentioning Star Trek a little.
At least movie-wise.
They shoot with the movies are like they were. You guys didn't like them because they weren't Star Trek enough, and then the second movie that people didn't like came out, but it was just Star Trek enough for both of you.
Star Trek Beyond,
because it wasn't solved by killing the enemy; it was solved by like weird techno nonsense.
Yeah, that was good.
I definitely watched Sir Patrick Stewart play Macbeth in a 1945 reimagining of Macbeth.
It counts.
It's basically the same.
That's Star Trek, right?
Basically.
Next Generation is pretty close.
Just add a little bit of like space travel and
Perfect.
Base, I know you're kind of a Star Trek person. You got a little experience with it.
My only real experience is Deep Space Nine, and I really enjoy Deep Space Nine.
That's a great show, though.
Yeah.
It's a great show. That might be my favorite. Actually, did you see the trailers for the Picard show?
No, I have not. Because I don't like watching trailers.
Oh,
I like going in with just like not really any expectation.
Are you going to watch Discovery at some point? Season 1's been out on DVD for a while.
I don't know. I don't feel like spending the money on it, honestly.
Man, well, I got to watch
Maybe
the whole
bootlegging
thing
it,
for
but,
free.
I came in at like the end of you guys watching that first season. I just had it on point, and it was all right when the main character wasn't there.
Special effects were great.
Yeah, they were. They were really good. I liked the look of their ship. I liked everything that went around it. I liked the special effects.
Is that the show where she goes
the Klingons?
She goes to the other universe and finds somebody that looks like your teacher, but she's like a hardcore bitch.
She's the space Hitler.
She is space Hitler, like
And
literal
then,
space Hitler.
But like because you look like my peace-loving master, I'm gonna save your life and bring you over here. And then she does everything fucking wrong and ruins. And it's like basically the main reason that show has a fucking plot is because the main character did the dumbest, stupidest thing ever possible.
In the first episode, she disobeys a direct order, knocks out her commander, and shoots on the Klingon ship to start a war. She starts the war with the Klingons because of a grudge.
Don't they spacewalk a lot, even though they have shuttles?
Yeah.
So it's the Trojan War.
And teleporters?
Yeah.
It's
a prequel. It's a prequel.
No, let's spacewalk
series.
out into the horrible, dangerous cloud, even though we probably have a shuttle that's made for people doing that.
You know what?
I mean, they did have a lot of experimental technology on that ship. That ship itself was experimental technology.
That's one thing I actually want to ask everybody here. That's kind of a general one about stuff like that, about prequels. That's kind of my biggest issue with Star Trek Discovery is I know that it's supposed to be for a wider audience, more action-based, got to be more updated, but this is supposed to be a prequel in the same universe as the 60s William Shatner show, and the ships and the technology and the uniforms don't look like it at all. There's no effort. And I'm like,
I wouldn't say there's no effort because they have their special ships because they're the special
when Kirk's commander, who was in the show for an episode, shows up, he is wearing the same uniform.
He is
because he was on the better ship, the Enterprise, but it's down for maintenance, so you have to get on the Super Prize or whatever the fuck.
The
Discovery. I don't care. I don't care.
Wait.
Don't correct me. I don't care.
I know you don't care, but I do. Okay, that's fine. Sure, it's a special ship with advanced technology, but I still find it hard to believe. They've got the holographic interspace communication, and in the 60s show, they got little communicators. Enterprise doesn't have that? Enterprise doesn't have
their special ship. No, Enterprise.
But this is the flagship.
No. Enterprise is supposed to be their cutting edge, Go fuck yourself.
It is.
This is our tech ship, the Enterprise.
It is, but the way I understand that they went about explaining it was that it was a new form of technology based around, what was it, like dark matter or some shit like that?
Something like
And then
that.
the dark matter kills all of them. And none
No,
of them are
their
mentioned
ship
again.
is connected to a fungus, which is interconnected with
Oh,
the,
yeah,
with
they
the
have-
universe, which allows them to
Their ship
teleport.
runs on biomechanical feed.
Yes, they tap into the universal fungus.
It,
So
ma-
tofu
for
is
some
God.
reason, it makes
Yes.
for some reason the way they have to grow this planet
And the chief-
like
The chief
Oh,
engineer
and
has
then
a mental bond with it and runs the
The chief
engine.
engineer needs to be infected with the spores of the
Oh,
plant.
you remember?
And then
He
it's
picked
a
up on this.
It's a special surgery that you need to go through, but not everyone will survive. But me, the chief engineer, I want to quit. So you, random lesbian, you're gonna be the chief now. What? You've been helping me for half an episode, and we haven't made any terrible decisions in the past 3 episodes. So you're gonna be the chief engineer now. You got the surgery, and I'm gonna go die.
That's actually fairly accurate.
yeah.
That sounds like an awful show.
I hear the second season gets better, but the first season was rough, and I don't know, the Klingons. You guys don't
Why
know
are the
much about Star
Klingons
Trek.
blue?
Why are
In
the
the same
Klingons
universe
blue?
where Klingons have the bump and they're all, is it to avoid making them black people? Is it to avoid just casting and making them all black people?
Ironically, the main one is Mino.
I think they made them blue so that they weren't fighting the black people.
Yeah,
Which they
it's-
were.
It's just like Mr. Popo in the
Ugh.
4Kids stuff.
Blue Popo.
And it was a bad decision when they did it then.
Yes, it was.
We think it's racist. No
Actually-
kid thinks this is racist until you tell him it's supposed to be racist.
You know, all right. That's an interesting question too. I mean, I didn't know about the minstrel shows and blackface back then, and I didn't know about, I guess, Toriyama's lack of knowledge of anything outside of
Popo
Little
was an
Village.
alien. What are you talking
He's a
about?
genie.
Yeah.
He's a
Popo
genie.
is a genie.
He's a genie.
I don't.
alien.
When I look at him, I don't think he's a racial caricature. I don't.
When I look at him personally, I can see that it is somewhat of a very much like a large portion of his face and skin is kind of a racial caricature, but it is also based in the mythology of Jin and I think the same thing that Jinx was back in like the original Pokemon.
Which also was
Ganguro?
controversial.
Yeah.
Jinx is rough too.
Jinx was a gang.
Well, the problem is this though. Jinx
heavily
doesn't
tanned.
have much
Yeah.
character. Mr. Popo's character he's a good, knowledgeable, he's a great person.
Wizard.
Like
Unless you're
so
watching-
powerful, he could beat everyone.
He beats up Goku, and Goku's literally never lost except a tambourine when he was hungry.
And don't
Yeah.
forget that non-canon fight where he held off 2 young Super Saiyans at the same time, which I could say is possible. Why
Yeah.
not? Why not?
What are you talking about?
When he was training with Goten and Trunks.
He held them off for like a second.
Oh, yeah.
So why not? He's cool.
He only had to
Popo's
stop
badass.
because their parents came.
So
I'm
we never,
pretty sure.
so we never got to see the real outcome of that fight.
Nope.
Could Mr. Popo have taken on Gotenks?
Mr. Popo
Honestly-
could fight Beerus if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
yes.
Honestly.
I think Goku should have enlisted Mr. Popo for the Tournament of Power instead.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
That would've been
shit.
great.
That would have been great.
Could
Actually.
you imagine?
Because
Goku's getting
they
his
wanted
ass
they
handed to
wanted
him?
suspense. Mr. Popo would have won immediately.
He's right.
Jiren would have showed up with this, and then Mr. Popo would have been. Then Jiren's out of the tournament. What happened,
Bye.
Mr. Popo? Bye.
Order.
He said, "Who are you?"
God.
No, you're not. Who do you think you're talking to?
Hey, son. Yes, Dad. Erase him.
Yes, father.
Uh,
We thought you lost to time. I don't want to talk about it.
I went to the store.
Buy some smokes. Really good smokes. 2 hours.
Fucking Team 4 Star is fucking hilarious.
Team 4 Star is great.
I can't wait to see what they do with the Boo Saga, but it's gonna be a while.
You know,
Yeah.
they
Okay.
originally said they were going to stop at Cell, but I guess they never realized it was going to get as popular as it is, so maybe they'll do Boo.
I think they are. I don't know, really.
I just remember they said that like a
That was a
long
while
They
years ago.
legitimately might be done.
Well, I know it's getting harder and harder for them to
to do it
To
because
do it.
Toei has their iron grip on it, even
Plus,
though
plus, I mean, they're all scheduling around all this other stuff too.
yeah, and they're legitimate voice actors now.
And they making their own show. They think they voiced a real anime or something.
Yes, that is out actually. I can't remember what the name of it is.
I wanted to check it out. It looked cool. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. Well, are there any final thoughts for discussions? I'm cool with going on longer, but we have talked for about an hour and a half. Anything else? Any final feelings, thoughts, debates, things you want to get out?
How have people felt about where we currently are in video games?
I think it's kind of stale. I think there are a lot of really good indie games that are being put out, but there are also a lot of really, 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 really bad indie games that are being put out.
I think monetization has crept so far into the gaming industry that like we need to take a second and step back.
What about big releases? Because I haven't seen much talked about yet.
There's been a super huge drought for most of this year.
So it wasn't just me, because I'm not a huge gamer.
No, they're
I've been looking
not
up.
releasing anything up until September.
Anything big that has come out on the Switch, really.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh.
They're also
Either it's a Switch game or coming out in the September through December kind of window.
Yeah, they're also just really big rehashes and remakes,
Yeah.
like Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Like, that's just
Was that just a remake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's straight up just an update.
Wow.
Gave me a good
Even
idea.
though they just came out with a remaster for Modern Warfare like a year ago.
Yeah, and you had to pay for that shitty Infinite for it.
Yeah.
Well, I actually thank you, Base. That gives me a good side question because if we have a little more time, I'm probably the most amateur gamer here, but I would love to hear everybody's favorite video game or games. I would love to hear that. I don't think I've heard that in a while.
I can't answer that question, you prick.
Well, I know, which is why making an answer it's gonna feel so good. So, anybody got one for me?
This is
I
gonna
know-
be really.
Can I tell
really
you my-
basic.
My most recent game I haven't been having fun with?
You can give me your most recent, but I do want a classic you come back to, much like Mononoke. You can give me that, I'm sure. I'm sure you replayed a couple games.
No.
I don't have time to replay games anymore.
Maybe back in the day. It's not good memories.
I can pull out something.
I mean,
Yeah,
I can
think
tell you
about
your
it.
favorite game.
What is my favorite game?
Breath of the Wild.
Absolutely not.
Ocarina of Time.
Absolutely not.
Really?
Really? I thought you
Dot
really
hack
liked Breath
GU.
of the Wild.
Dot hack.
Oh, dot hack. Oh,
Dot hack GU.
which one?
I can put.
See, I knew I just had to get it out of you. There's a reason.
I
you're
can't, you
fucking-
didn't know that, you lying sack of.
That's-
Yes, I did.
No, you
Your,
didn't.
Your
No, you
fucking
didn't.
shit for the thing is his name.
You're.
I just went around
That's
it.
a good
Trash
game. I
Panda.
actually played that a little. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Dot hack GU. The whole all 3 games plus this most recent Force one that came out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I can't.
Say they good.
I put so many the Persona series. Like I put
See,
an
seriously.
unhealthy amount of time into JRPGs.
Okay.
Like I might have a problem.
So dot hack, Persona over Final Fantasy or anything like that.
Final Fantasy VII Remake might be the single best game to be created by human hands. Who knows when it comes out? We might
Okay.
get that good stuff.
See, that wasn't so hard. See?
I don't know if any of that counts as favorite game when there's so many of them.
But you could mention more than one. I mean,
There's no listed in no specific order.
sure. I don't care. It's, make up the rules as we go.
We got like top 4.
You got
Thing?
you
Is
got a
Republic
top.
Commando one of them? That game's good.
Oh, Republic
So
Commando is
many.
good. See, so many. That's why it's good. I'm curious. which one.
KOTOR?
That's on my list.
All right. Well, I was saving. You're spoiling his list. Though I probably knew a couple already.
So
New KOTOR
my
was on
most recent ones, Stellaris. It's
You really do like Stellaris.
like I
I've
think
actually been meaning to get into that. How is that for you?
they update it maybe at least I feel like almost every other week. So if you play with mods, just be aware they are mods. The mod authors don't have
The time, to keep up with that?
up with the updates. So sometimes you'll be playing with unupdated mods and it will cause issues, but other than that, it's good. I've only completed 2 games completely of it, because for me at least, I like to play on the larger maps with just too many people, and it usually crashes at some point, and I'm like, well,
Usually crashes. That's pretty great.
It's one of
Because
my
of the
favorite
mods.
games, but
well,
but
no, not
it
even
crashes
mods.
every
It's
day.
just
It's so fucking huge. I've
Yeah.
watched people play this game. It is ridiculously large.
How many galaxies are there?
it's you're just in one galaxy,
But it's
and
like
you
so many
start-
systems.
It's basically
Ugh.
you just learned interplanetary, well, extraplanetary travel, and so your civilization tries to expand and not get conquered or eaten or however by the other civilizations surrounding you.
So Stellaris is better than Spore. Is that what you're telling me? Because I still think
Yes.
Spore sounds
It's not
really
a good game.
Spore is a lot of fun. It is not,
Not
a
a
good
good
game.
Right.
Not
Such a
good
cool
game.
concept.
That
Such a
is
cool concept.
that is the key.
Okay,
Yeah.
fun but
Fun-
not a good game.
Fun but horrible game.
Interesting.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
So there
I would
are
s-
so bad
I
it's
would,
good
I would
games.
compare
Yeah.
Stellaris, from what I've seen, a little more to Civ.
Oh yes, which brings me to
Ah,
my next favorite.
Which one? Which
Civilization
one?
5?
Yes, Civ 5.
More than
Civ-
4. You love
no.
4.
No, 5.
5.
Even more than 6. Aren't we on 7
What
now?
are your
It's
thoughts
not
on
worth
Civ 6. I thought about
6
picking it up for the
is-
Switch.
I think 6 is just too more, like, animated-ish. But Civ 5, it's,
Yeah, like I always hear good things about Civ 5.
like,
That
they
that
got
menu
their
music.
gameplay of it down pat.
It's just
like,
the Lord's.
it's perfect.
the
Yeah,
Lord's
I
Prayer.
think for Civ.
Speaking of which, we did sing that for chorus.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Were you
That's
not in that?
hilarious.
Were you not in that semester?
I was only in that winter. I
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
there for the
right.
spring.
We sang that. I still remember all of the words to it.
Good, because I hate chorus.
It's okay. I love chorus.
My third is First Kotar.
KOTOR 1.
It's
Such a good game.
like
Oh, yeah.
you may bash on the combat system, but you gotta remember how old it is.
Yeah, it was revolutionary for the
Yeah.
time, actually.
Yeah,
Really modeled a lot of other stuff after that.
it,
It's probably my favorite
that
RPG.
is
actually.
what got me into Elder Scrolls
Ah.
KOTOR, because just the depth and story of it is just immense,
I've
and
learned
the
to-
replay value.
I probably learned more about the Force and the lore of the Jedi and Sith from that game than anything else.
Yeah. And then what was the number 4?
Uh-oh. The spot of number 4. So many.
Oh, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
The original one?
original one.
That game holds up.
Dude,
Like-
how many times have we played that game?
Oh, countless. It's gotten so bad that my original disc for that was getting too scratched up, and I'm like, I gotta buy a new disc.
Oh, that's...
So
You play it on PlayStation and on Steam?
I do have it on Steam.
You gotta have the
It's
classic
nice to have
PS2.
a
I also
copy.
have it. I also have it.
Or
as-
Xbox, probably.
I have 2 discs for Xbox, and I did get the digital one because I wanted just that
You
safety.
don't want to be without that game.
I do want to hear from these gentlemen, but I do have a little question because I remember many sessions, like we played a lot of first-person shooters back in the day. Battlefront 2 was up there, but back in the day, Gimli, you used to
Halo.
be a fan of, the certain franchise, Halo, and
Yeah.
there was a time, maybe like 10 years ago, when I feel like you might have had a Halo or 2 up there, but what's happened? What
Halo
happened?
3?
What's happened to the Halo, man?
Actually, I really liked Halo 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I think, probably the turning point for the game series. Like, everything sort of
Did
launched,
bigger and better.
out of it. I would say 3
That was the series peak.
only for the Forge aspect.
Forge mode, multiplayer, that kind of stuff. Hanging out with
Hey,
your
fun.
friends.
Gimli, I actually have a question for you about the Halo franchise. I'm not, like, very into it, but there was one thing that I was into from that franchise, and it was...
The Arbiter.
No, it was actually their lead up to the one with Spartan Locke, the Find the Truth thing they did. I
Yeah.
thought that was really well done.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's even a sequel series to it, isn't there?
Was what,
Yeah.
Halo 5?
Yeah, Halo
Yeah.
5. They had Search for the Truth. It was a bunch of audio, like an audio documentary
Yeah.
with I think it's Keegan-Michael Key,
Uh,
and I can't remember who the girl's voice was.
let us know in the comments
Please do.
if you're still listening.
And the way they go through all of that, the deception, the twists, the turns, it is a mind game throughout that entire thing.
I have some problems with Halo 5.
I don't care about Halo 5.
Yeah.
I care about the search for the truth.
Yeah.
I don't give a
Well,
shit
don't we all?
about Halo 5.
People were hyping the fuck out of Locke and his team, and they were just a bunch of fucking nothing.
Yeah, they were.
I-
It's
Hey,
upsetting.
you want squad-based Halo? Cool.
Dumb.
Can I play as Master Chief? What about his squad? Squad of what? Spartan 2s? They all died. Not anymore.
So personally, for me, if you wanted more squad based, I would have gone with Reach or
Follow Reach.
ODST.
ODST,
ODST.
which I really liked.
ODST was a big step.
Like
Big
I
chance for that.
really liked that.
The story in that game was actually really,
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I still have my limited edition ODST 360 controller sitting in my room somewhere.
Yeah.
Dude, that was that was the most useful collector's edition pre-order thing
Yeah.
I could have ever gotten.
Man,
It's an actual controller that worked.
that Search for the Truth ad campaign just reminds me so much of that time the All-American Rejects got kidnapped by Bionicles.
Wait, what?
Yes,
That
no, they got kidnapped by the Roxy, and the Bionicles needed to go save
that's
them.
what it was. That's what it
Thank
was.
you very much.
Yeah.
Don't get this
Hey,
Bionicle
don't-
lore twisted. They don't kidnap people.
Don't you dare disrespect my word. I was there when it was written.
I was there when it was written.
When they wrote the Bionicle
the
scripture.
scroll.
Yes.
I've been there since the beginning. The movie, The Mask of Light.
You want to like
Oh,
Merlin the Mighty? We go to a lot of places in nerd and pop culture, but Bionicle is something I've never touched. So I know there's hardcore fans out there.
Skyrim, man.
Wait,
And you can't. The list can't be complete.
you
without
said
Skyrim.
4, so there's a 5th and a Skyrim. Scrim, don't
Well,
don't
no,
scoff
Skyrim-
at Scrim.
Skyrim
Scoff.
is the 5th. It's right there in the name.
Yeah,
Zelda
it's
Scrolls
everybody's
Skyrim.
number 5 in every list
Scoff.
ever. Scoff, you
Scoff.
scoff at Skyrim?
I do.
What?
I also
That
scoff
game
at
hasn't
Skyrim.
held up
Scoff.
at all.
No, it looks atrocious.
That game
The
is
skyboxes
boring
are
as
still really
sin.
nice.
Hey,
What?
hey, Joe, do you know why I never finished playing Skyrim?
Because
Why?
you played the PS3 for it. That's
Wait.
Okay, so my first experience with Skyrim was on PS3. I was a happy young lad ready to play his first Elder Scrolls game.
Okay.
Was this over at Tanner?
Yes.
I
You
remember.
know, you
I
walked-
beat
you
the
walked
bear
outside.
with my fists.
Nice.
Walked
Brave
outside,
man.
jumped in a river, game froze, never touched it again.
Oh,
Game crashed the PS3.
dude.
Game crashed.
What are you
the
doing?
It
entire
erased your
PS3.
save and everything.
You
like,
didn't get that far. You could play again.
No,
no, he was done.
I was done. I was absolutely.
You were that-
done.
He was
mad about
he was
it.
furious.
That's hilarious.
Because it worked. No.
Went
It's
back
not
to
because
Oblivion then.
it's not. It's
okay,
not
play
because
Oblivion. Yes, I agree.
it wasn't because of like. Oh, the game was kind of choppy, and by the time he got in the water, it didn't. He went underwater, and everything froze.
I didn't even go underwater. My toe touched the top, and it froze.
He was still in the
Yeah.
T-pose jump animation. Everything stopped, and then like what
the
happened?
PS3 crashed.
I remember that too.
Tanner didn't update it, so you couldn't touch water, or else the game exploded.
Whoops.
Tanner then started playing his save after
Dapper the Slide.
Will. And he started going through a dungeon, and you probably know which dungeon this is. It's one where there's a trap door at the end of a staircase or something like that, and just falls down into water. And he didn't realize he didn't realize it was there. So he activated it. It's either a tripwire or like a pull thing, and it's like misdirection. But he activated it, and the trap door fell out from underneath his feet, and he didn't react at all. It just he ended up not having the last 45 minutes probably saved.
That was
He
hilarious.
fell down, touched water. He got pissed. We started playing D&D.
Yeah, we did.
Oh man, yeah. No, I definitely agree though. Skyrim's definitely not held up that much.
Well,
It's really
We'll keep
Yeah.
selling it if
There's-
people keep buying
There's
it.
updates.
honestly.
And now look where Bethesda is now.
like
A trash fire.
it
An
looks-
actual trash fire.
There's so much hate.
It looks ugly as sin.
Dude.
The skyboxes are still really
Do
nice.
you want? I see
The
you disagreeing
modeling's
with me. Do you
bad.
want to talk about Fallout 76? Do we have to talk about Fallout 76? Do we have to talk about Fallout
That's
76
just
right now?
atrocious.
Do we have to talk about Fallout 76 right
No,
now?
because we both agree it's atrocious.
I'm not gonna play it.
That game was
Yeah.
no, you are not. That game was a trash fire.
I know.
I added a battle royale, and you know what that did? It put zones in the game where attacks no longer have animations, but they still technically exist. So they're floating pockets of will kill your character, and you can get spawned there and infinitely die.
Yikes.
It's atrocious.
It's not even an
Yikes.
old. It's not
They
even
had
a
an
new
old,
glitch.
they had an old bug that they patched out maybe 2 months into the game, where if you shot an enemy, no, it was like 3 or 4 months down the line. They didn't do it that fast.
No,
if you shot an
not at
enemy,
all.
their health bar would immediately fill, and then they become invincible. They patched it out of the game, and the most recent patch added it back into the game, worse
Yeah.
than it was before. It happened more often.
It seems like every.
they don't
third
have a public
patch-
test. They don't have a public testing thing where they can not update the game and put it on everyone's system. They can't test their shit. They weren't ready to make an online game. They should have never made an online game. And what did they sacrifice for? The only thing people came to Bethesda for, which was story.
Yeah.
That's what's got to be my counterpoint. Is like, yeah, the games are kind of sluggish and they're not the prettiest to look at, but it's the lore you go there
It's
for.
gotten
The
to
world.
I think it's gotten to the
story.
point with Sky. I just know so much about Skyrim that I'm bored.
Well, I guess if you play it for so many
Yeah.
times,
Yeah.
but I just know Honey Lemon is like since I've been with her, she's played it like 3 times over, and
It's all about Final Fantasy now, dog.
when it comes out. But like well, we're working on Kingdom Hearts now, so
Final
that's
Fantasy 14, dog.
Good luck with that.
Join the movement.
Yeah.
we're actually Birth by Sleep is pretty interesting. I like
Birth
the
by
story.
Sleep is really good.
I like
It's
the
one of the
story.
best stories in the game.
Yeah.
In the whole franchise.
But base your favorite games.
My top 5 games.
Sure.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Spoilers.
No, actually.
Kingdom Hearts, Dream Drop Distance.
No, it's in no particular order.
Okay.
Persona 5.
Okay.
Thief.
Pokemon, like all of Pokemon up until
Pick one.
Sun
Pick
and
pick
Moon.
one. Pick
I,
one.
I can't.
Pick one.
Go.
Pick one.
Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Probably.
Nah, OG Silver.
I mean, like,
Or
yes,
the whole
OG
Silver.
Silver, but you know what I
Yellow.
liked? Being able to run. Like, don't get me wrong, I love gold, I love silver. I
They
like
invented
being able to fucking get through that game in
They
a
put
reasonable
the
amount
run
of
button
time.
in that game
Yellow.
and select for an item. Okay, you can't go back. That was good.
Number 3 is probably gonna have to be Kingdom Hearts 2
Okay.
or
Final Mix.
Boy.
Final Mix.
Definitely
Yeah.
a Final Mix.
The next
That lingering
one's-
will fight was something else.
Oh my god, the fight is ridiculous. Next one would probably have to be.
Awakening?
Huh?
Awakening?
Awakening? No. I genuinely like this new one more.
Oh, well then.
Three Houses is better, but it's not. It's not. It's
I
not.
thought
one
you
of
would
my
be. I
favorites.
thought you would be more connected to it.
I mean, I am. It's my first Fire Emblem game, but like, it's not the best one. Even Radiant Garden still. I'm sorry, Radiant Dawn still exists.
That game was okay.
Wow.
What?
Fight me IRL 1v1. You know you can't beat me.
We'll get to this later.
What's our record, B? What's our record? You want to bring up the beef right now, right here, in front of this whole audience?
Persona 3 because I don't like Persona 4.
Oh.
Persona 4's way that they made you care about the characters by interconnecting the characters to the story
That's
as you were learning more and more about each character was a lot better. And Persona 3 has a lot of extra characters that don't fucking matter.
Yeah,
But
you're right.
the main cast is fun in a different way than 4. Also, 4 kind of struck lightning and...
And now we have Persona 5, which I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
I just personally don't like Persona 4.
Persona 5R is going to be one of the best games ever created.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't make me believe anything else.
And,
Parappa the Rappa.
this is number 5.
Minecraft.
I think I'm at number 4, right?
Beta.
My number 4 is gonna have to be motherfucking what is it? God of War, the new one.
Oh yeah,
right.
that's
That
a
was-
real.
I
That was
didn't play the
that
new
was a
one,
really good one.
It had a different gameplay style than the old ones.
It
Yeah, it did.
did.
A better one. It was a
It-
game.
Hey.
What?
Hey, man.
Oh man,
The other one was a game.
automatically
It was just more of a beat 'em up.
Can he do pull-ups?
Can you do pull-ups? Not in this game.
Yes. Okay, then it's fine.
And
also can't swim.
yeah, Parappa the Rapper is my last one because I love that series. I wish they would make another one.
Jamie
Jamie Lammy, that was a good one.
Jamie
I
Lammy.
wish they had actually
continued.
yeah.
Yeah, Jamie Lammy, where the secret thing is that after you beat the game, you can go back and play it as a Parappa the Rapper game.
Yeah, it's great.
Man.
I think we finally come
Like
to
I cannot
Dickey,
tell
yeah.
you, I cannot tell you how many hours I have put into Parappa 2. Like
you're trying to get the yellow caps on every song.
I have the yellow caps on every song.
Did not see you do that.
I play that shit random every time.
Man, I'm trying to think. Like top 5.
Dark Souls. We said it was really basic at first.
Dead Space.
I do kind of like. I do really enjoy Dark Souls 3. Actually, I still haven't played the first one.
Oh.
And I've only gotten probably halfway through Dark Souls 2's.
Dark Souls trash.
I mean, it's not terrible. It's definitely probably one of the worst designed Dark Souls games.
Blighttown on original release lagged so hard that it didn't really work right, and Dark Souls 2 as an entirety is worse.
But I really enjoy Dark Souls 3. I've probably put like 60 hours into it.
Oh, wow.
Which that's not honestly all that much time. I've only ever played vanilla Dark Souls 3. I haven't played any of the DLC for it, but I really enjoy Sly Cooper. I want to say 2 or 3.
Oh.
2 was the one where they first added the health bar. 3 was the one where you could play as Bentley and...
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sly
Cooper's
Cooper's a
3.
good series. I wish they didn't drop the
Very
ball with
nice.
bringing it back.
Yeah.
What do you mean? The show's still happening.
Is the show still happening?
Yeah.
I thought it was a movie.
No, it's a show.
Oh, okay.
The movie was rumored for a while.
Yeah, Sly Cooper 3. That got me through my childhood.
Is it Ratchet and Clank next?
No.
Is it Jack and Daxter?
No.
Dead Space.
Why'd you say no like it was
Dead
bad?
Space.
I never really enjoyed Jack and Daxter.
Get the fuck out of Merlin's
Spyro?
house.
I
Spyro.
never really played Spyro.
I mean, at least it isn't freaking
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash. Yeah.
I
fuck
never
that.
played
Whoa!
Those games are trash.
Whoa.
I never played
Those games
Crash
are
either.
bad.
Actually,
007?
I shouldn't say I never played Spyro. I did play the demo Spyro that also came with the Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase demo,
Oh yeah.
and also the Parasite Eve trailer.
Did
that
you
you
play
got.
that?
Yes, I watched that a lot. I never played it because it wasn't a game; it was just the trailer.
You can't play the trailer?
No,
He hit play.
No.
Stop.
you do.
You see, Kojima hadn't really hit his swing yet. He
Yeah.
didn't make PT.
um,
I still have that on my PS4.
Pac-Man?
Yeah.
no, I also really, unironically, enjoy Overwatch.
Oh.
Like that is,
I don't blame
without
you.
a doubt.
It's the game that you've been
Yes,
sticking
that is
with the
the
most consistently.
Yeah, that's the game that I've spent the most time in. I've got 61 hours on one character of the 31 that there are.
Is it Hanzo?
It is Hanzo.
You're really good with Hanzo.
I'm mediocre with Hanzo.
None of us that play Overwatch are really good at any character.
2 is really good at
2 is good at Overwatch.
He got to Masters,
Oh,
at least.
We haven't played with 2 in a fucking minute now,
Yeah,
have we?
you're right.
And there was once a point in time where Destiny would have been on my list.
Yeah.
And then they
Oh.
hurt you.
Yeah, they hurt me real bad.
I really liked Destiny 1 up until the Rise of Iron.
You didn't like Rise of Iron?
I didn't. I never. I bought it and I played like through the story of
It's
it.
because
but I
most.
never-
It's because the only people at that point that were playing Destiny were me and you.
Yeah.
And 2
and-
man.
I played Destiny.
You
in
did
that
not
era.
play Rise of Iron at all.
Yes, I did.
Do not lie to the Merlin the Mighty audience.
I absolutely played
No,
Rise
you
of
did
Iron.
not, and we can prove it.
We just played it different times.
Yeah, and
Yeah, we played it after school, and you played it never.
which is why when
Behavior.
everybody started getting back into Destiny 2 earlier this summer, I was like really confused because I remember I had started playing it again last summer just because I could
Mm-hmm.
and because everybody was starting to get back into it. And then when I left for school and I came back, nobody was playing it again, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll never play this again because it's miserable trying to play an MMO by yourself.
John, I remember that struggle we had for a while.
Like it was just you and me in Destiny 1 for
Hi.
the longest time.
You were not playing with us. You were off playing Guilty Gear.
You were playing Guilty Gear with me, so it's not
Not
like
as much as you.
Yeah, I do remember I had to talk you back into D1 to.
But I got it.
Rise of Iron.
You guys both convinced me to get back into the game pre-Taken King.
Yeah, because.
And then I got back in.
The Taken King is when I got my PS4.
Yeah.
He talked me back into it, but pre-Taken King. And then Rise of Iron came out. They kind of like muddled with some stuff, and people kind of dropped it.
Yeah, it's. I really love the aesthetics, the sound design, the visual design. I love
the original
game.
The original lore team.
I just can't play it because it's not fun.
Look,
Destiny
John.
2's kind of a.
John, I'm not
Fine.
done with Destiny
Yeah.
2. It's just I'm currently doing other things in that game, and I'm kind of waiting for Shadowkeep to drop.
That's fair. It
Uh,
got
the
pushed
most-
back to October.
Yeah, I do know that.
It got pushed back to October because they realized that they were going to release the same month as fucking Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
Well,
You can't do that.
Oh, but also what I was saying at the beginning of this bit, super duper basic. I love Minecraft.
Oh, somebody said it.
Minecraft is a good game.
Minecraft is
Minecraft
a good
is
game.
so much fun.
Now,
I took like
hear
a
me out.
7-year break from it, and I just started getting back into it recently.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
It's so much
Mods.
fun.
Minecraft
Mods.
mods, like Feed
I-
the Beast and stuff like that.
I think
Sky
that,
Factory.
I think that mods are fine after you go through and play vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm losing a lot of love for Skyrim. I lost a lot of love for Fallout 4.
Yeah, me too.
When mods came to the
Yeah,
PS4,
those games weren't good.
I liked playing through them. I thought they were really interesting vanilla games when they first launched. Then Skyrim
Yeah.
much longer after it launched. But then mods came out for it on console, and I was like, well, now it's not really so much of, oh, I'll boot this game up to play the game. It's I'll boot the game up so that I can
Check the mod
stick
store.
around
Yeah.
and just kind of
That's kind of the
fun
point.
for 30 minutes instead of like 2-3
John,
hours.
that's actually the reason why I didn't finish Fallout 4.
Mm.
Because it never felt like a game that I was gonna pick up and just play the story for. Because it's just
That game isn't.
it's
That
too
game
much.
is fun. That game isn't good. We've said that about a
Yeah.
lot of games.
Yeah.
That game, I can have fun with the system in it. That isn't a good Fallout game.
No, and I don't have a lot of reference.
Do you
Yeah.
agree? Do you
for
agree with
Fallout
that?
games.
Yeah.
I
Like-
only ever played like the tutorial spots for Fallout 3 in New Vegas.
I would get.
I
New-
never played 3.
Since you got your new thing, I would definitely recommend picking up New Vegas for
Oh my
like
God,
the $5 that
absolutely.
it is.
Yeah.
Pick up 3 in New Vegas, get all the DLC.
Maybe not
just
even
fucking-
3. Maybe not
I
even
would-
3.
No, get
Three
3.
is still
Three is
good.
good.
The DLC.
But like,
Get 3, but just understand New Vegas is better.
Yeah.
just
Obsidian knew what they were
Personally,
doing.
I don't agree with that. I think
Really?
3 is better than New
I like the story.
Open
Like
up
the
a can of
actual
worms.
I never played
the
New
actual
Vegas,
like
so I don't know.
karma system from New Vegas
Oh, yeah.
more than the
I should
karma
play
system from
3
3.
for sure. It's good.
But
Guys.
also the color palette, I like the oranges and dulled out stuff a lot more than the really harsh neon green that kind of hurts to look at after 15 hours of play.
Yeah.
It's very gray and green.
Although
and the green
also
doesn't
the
complement
companion
the gray
system
very
is a
well.
lot better in New Vegas, mostly because there's a mode where they don't die automatically.
Eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, in New Vegas, there's an entire difficulty setting for everyone can die, and everything below that. No, your companions will still stick around because we know they have fun quests later. You know, Fallout 3, you go pick up dog meat. 2, you take 3 steps, he steps on a landmine. Okay, but I guess you better reload your save and hope he doesn't do that because he's dead. Because he's a dog. Like he was in the promotionals for that game and then was trash.
Yeah.
Versus Fallout 4, where they knew, no, let's make the dog not be able to die, because maybe somebody wants to play with the dog for more than half an hour.
No, after that, I just wanted to kill dog meat because it kept on opening up doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really do thoroughly enjoy Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
It's fun.
It's a really fun game. I don't
Minecraft
know
2.1.
a lot about how it is right now. I haven't
pretty
explored.
good.
I haven't explored a lot
I
of the
played
content.
maybe
they've
like 2
added.
months ago, and
Oh yeah, no,
They've done
I've,
so
I've,
much.
Yeah.
I've played within the last month.
yeah,
I just haven't been able to explore all of the new content they've
Yeah.
added. I haven't run into water fortresses. I haven't run into
And
raiders.
water fortresses are pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them. I just haven't like stumbled upon them. I haven't run into.
You haven't had the chance to do it on your own yet.
Yeah, no, I haven't had the chance to really like flesh out my world
Yeah.
when I'm playing. So and I know a lot of people who are returning to Minecraft are like really put off by all of that new content because it's like, oh, what
You
happened
gotta
to?
relearn everything.
Yeah, you've got to relearn everything. What happened to Minecraft? It used to be so good. Like,
It's still good.
Still really good.
Yeah.
There's
I
just
had
a
to-
lot of extra shit that people are like. I liked it back when it was simpler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
like
did
Maybe-
have
maybe
to
even
relearn a
pre-food.
lot, like
Like even pre-food, people were like when they added the
The
food bar, they were like, "This is stupid."
1.8, I think.
Yeah.
That was.
Like,
Yeah.
people started getting pissed off at Minecraft like way back then.
Yeah.
You know what game I actually really like?
What?
The Shadow of Colossus.
Ah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, that's a
game
good
is
one.
really good. It's visually
I
amazing.
need to see if that's on Steam.
It is.
That's a reboot.
Remaster.
It's
It's
on
also
Steam
on
and it's on
PS4.
PS4.
I know the PS4 is a PS3 port.
Yes.
I also know it's like $20.
Yeah. That has not swayed from its $20 price tag since it released, I think.
Yeah. No, I really want to play that because I remember I watched the Game Grumps play through it.
Yeah, they did.
That's like a 5-year-old playthrough or something.
Like,
Something
watching
that.
Dan play through that game was amazing. Seeing his reactions to everything was
So good.
A1.
Man, I really wish that Aaron would turn the controller over to Danny a little bit more often.
Yeah, because it's nice having someone who will actually, like, read what you're
Yeah,
supposed to
the
do and not
tutorials.
complain about it.
Yeah.
oh,
Like,
yours.
Like, it's kind of the reason I don't watch them anymore.
Mine.
Because Dan doesn't get to play as much.
yeah, that's fair.
Your favorite games?
Well,
5.
Base actually already mentioned one of them.
The Shadow of Colossus.
Yeah, Shadow of Colossus is one of my favorite games. It's a beautiful game.
It's a really good game.
Just a really
Spider-Man
simple.
for the Nintendo 64.
Oh my
Ah.
god, I forgot fucking...
I'm gonna bring out some of the old
Agent
schools.
47.
Yo,
Uh,
Gex.
GoldenEye.
Hey,
X?
drop,
Excuse you, it's all about Blinks. And Blinks 2.
Blinks the
Oh.
Time Cat.
Yeah.
let's see.
Oh shit, for the Xbox.
Yo.
That was the
Super
only
Smash.
original Xbox game I ever played, and it was fantastic.
Let's see.
It's
Yeah,
all that swag.
Shadow
man.
Colossus is up
Swag,
there.
man.
Got a
Blinks
Battlefront
2
2
you
is
can
up
play as a
there.
pig.
KOTOR. I really, really love Time Splitters 3.
Yeah.
Time Splitters 3, really?
Yes.
More than Time Splitters 2? I hear a lot of people say Time Splitters 2.
Time Splitters 2 is probably the better game, but Time Splitters 3 is wacky, and it's just the one that I played the most, so I got kind of an attachment. So much silly. Yes.
Land parties with everyone playing as Riddick.
It's Riddick.
But it's basically without Butcher Bay. Yeah, essentially. Yeah. And Pong. You can't get much better than the basics. right?
Yeah.
That game with the Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay was a good ass game.
Oh yeah.
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 That game was fun.
You know what game I wish people still talked about? Even though it's still like a new game and like...
Daxter.
No.
For the PSP, of course.
No.
Yes.
I'm talking about Red Dead Redemption 2.
It
What am I
was a
talking
good
about
game.
now?
Red Dead Redemption 2 was a fantastic game.
People were playing
Still
that for a
haven't played
while.
I still play it.
Still haven't played it.
Yeah, like...
The online turned me off on that.
Yeah, like, I would absolutely go back and play that game again. I've played GTA 5 maybe, like, 7 times, all the way through. Like, just the actual game is worth the money.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Rockstar knows what they're doing when
Oh,
they make
yeah.
a story.
Yeah.
It's just Take-Two Interactive wants to put online shit in everything now because GTA Online went fucking exploded.
People
It's-
do like
still-
it. Right?
It's
They put
still
a real-
exploded. They put a real casino in the game. And it's
hilarious.
and it's fucking. I've seen how that thing plays. it's just a casino, but it still just looks like fun.
That is hilarious.
Casinos are supposed to look like fun. So
Yes,
you
it's
waste
supposed to
your
look
money.
like
That's
fun,
right,
but
that's
the actual
actually
like
true.
missions and shit.
Bully.
That is
Bully's
nuts.
good.
Bully's good. Bully. I wish they would go back to Bully.
Bully. Maybe they can
I
remaster
wish
that
they'd do another Noir game. LA Noir is probably one of my favorite properties from Rockstar.
one. Oof. The passion. And
Oh, the 100th podcast.
on the 100th podcast,
Are we getting close to 2 hours?
we
I feel like-
are about to cross the 2-hour mark.
I think we should call it soon.
Yeah.
I think we should.
Can we stretch it out to fully monetize and game the system?
Oh yes, absolutely.
I
We
mean,
have
I
to.
mean, how many ads can I shove into this?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Actually,
30 seconds.
because I, to be fair, I don't even really do that. I probably should.
Actually,
I don't like to do that.
Merlin, what are your thoughts on Spider-Man? We haven't actually sat down and talked about this
all right.
yet.
Well, we'll
All right,
keep,
another half hour.
keep it quick.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep it quick.
Spider-Man PS4, 2 days later. And that's what I thought about the tutorial level where you fought the Kingpin. Now getting into the real meat and bones of the game.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm glad that Troll Who Couldn't Make It actually got me that. I think for Christmas or my birthday, and that's, I guess, probably the newest game that I've played, because if you ever want me to like get into something, get me a property action adventure superhero based thing, that's probably
Like the new
Spider-Man.
Avengers
Yeah.
thing that's supposed to be coming
Possibly, if it isn't Square Enix working on that? Or something?
Yes,
looks
people
really
people
fun.
say it's not gonna be great, but
It'll-
like people who have actually like had hands-on time with the game say it's actually just the best.
I'll give it a shot, but that Spider-Man game, I do love the N64 one. It's a classic. The Spider-Man
It
64 is classic. I can't deny it, but that new Spider-Man game was such a good story, and just integrate, just much like Into the Spider-Verse. It was just a great love letter to Spider-Man. Such fun gameplay. Oh, and the web. Everybody's gushed over that game already, but it is fantastic. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And you know what? The storyline, how they molded in Dr. Octopus as the mentor in his turn, they did something new and original, and that might be the most well-written version of Doc Ock ever.
Joe, I want you to know I cried 3 times during my first playthrough of Spider-Man.
I can believe it. Some parts of it get
There
really
was-
intense. I was really mad because I didn't know about Mr. Negative.
Mhm.
The twist with him becoming a villain, I was sad about that. I was like, oh man, that sucks. It really sucks.
There are several moments in that game and the DLC that just hit really, really hard.
I haven't gotten to play the DLC yet. I really want to.
I haven't played the Spider-Man game. I did, however, watch somebody play it online. Obviously, there's not a ton of, like, it's not one-to-one
Yeah.
emotional
There's
impact because I'm
just
not the one controlling it.
There's
But
just something else about the actual
The story
controlling
is
of
just
that game.
well
it's
executed.
so good. It is such a good game.
It's
Like,
so good.
Insomniac makes good stories, and the last thing they put out was Ratchet and Clank,
Oh.
which wasn't bad. It's just they had to work it in with the movie tie-in.
Yeah.
If they had redid the original Ratchet and Clank story, that game would have made more money.
Yeah, they would have. That game would have made more money. If the movie was better, it would have made more money.
There would have been a sequel.
Yeah.
There still might be a sequel, actually.
Okay.
I want there to be, but it's possible it might still be in development.
I'm good.
It's always that Sonic movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Valentine's Day 2020.
hell yeah,
Taking my
Gangster's
girl out.
Paradise.
It's been spending most online.
Gotta go in the Green Hill Paradise.
All right. Well,
Calling it.
I'm gonna call it
100.
100
100.
100
100
podcasts.
minutes.
I was thinking, oh man, that was my original idea. Damn it.
No, he can't do
You can
that.
cut
No,
this
it's
up
2
into
hours.
2 100-minute segments.
No, he can't. There's only 120
If he cuts
minutes.
it into 100-minute segments,
I could have
then this would be the
repeat.
101st podcast and it wouldn't be as special.
I mean, I guess I could have.
101, showing you how it's done.
Essentially, that's correct. Thank you, everybody who's listened to this point. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and I hope we'll get to do many more of these. I'm sure we will. It was fun. I appreciate it, everybody.
Yeah,
it
heck
was.
All right, everyone. Well, say your goodbyes.
Bye.
This has been Merlin signing off.
Stay magical, everybody.